Good evening, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How is everybody doing this lovely evening? Hello, hello, hello. We've got Jacka Slays, we've got Catalite, we have Wakaran, we have Platinum Amax, we have Mac with some cheese, we have Buddha Cat. Hello, Ivy. Hello, Neverless. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in, Mighty Arsh. Mighty Arsh? Evil stuff, evil stuff, evil stuff. Welcome in, okay. I didn't know if I was going to stream tonight, okay? But I guess I'm going to stream. So, as the fates have decided, okay, I am going to be away for a tiny little bit, probably not very long, in the grand scheme of things. Depends on complications. I am moving on Friday, therefore I am packing all of my streaming equipment and everything up on Thursday, which is tomorrow. Because that is how the weeks go. And basically, it basically means this is going to be my last stream until I get that stuff sorted. So I don't know what this Wi-Fi is going to be like. I don't know. It's going to be a few different new changes, right? We're going to have to see how it goes from there. But, I had heard that there was some drama that I did miss out on that happened last week. There was an update to the whole Star Giant stuff. So we're going to be looking at that tonight, okay? Good luck with your move, Yen. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Hello, hello. Hello, Dragonheart. Hello, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in. So I think without further ado, we're going to see if Yen has botched anything on the stream setup. Oh my god. My Fuji is working. Chat is working. My everything is working. Oh my god. Everything is sorted. Oh my god. I did see your thing, Ivy. I don't trust my computer. I really don't trust my computer. But yes. Congrats on the move. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I'm fighting for my life in this heat wave. Oh yeah, funny you should mention that. So when the first heat wave happened, right? I said to myself, okay, I know my move is on Friday, right? Right. I swear to God, if the heat wave comes back, right? If the heat wave comes back when I am moving, I'm gonna, do something, okay? And lo and behold, it did. And lo and behold, it did. It is going to be 33 degrees Celsius on Friday. I'm going to be so cooked. I'm going to be so cooked. It's going to suck. It really is. It really, really is. Because my studio apartment is on, like, the second floor. So, yeah. That's going to be fun. What a great time to do a move. Yeah, exactly. Right? Right? It's great. It's so great. It's so great. I think we're gonna get into this, okay? We're gonna get into this. You really know how to pick dates? I didn't do it on purpose, okay? I didn't do it on purpose. I'm not that stupid. It's just that Friday's the date I get the key, okay? I don't have a choice, so we thought might as well do the move on Friday, right? Makes sense. Thank you very much, Platinum AMX, for the $5 US. Star10, yeah, how you been, Yen? I've been good. Playing old PS2 games lately. Enjoy the stupidity. That sounds awesome. What games are you playing? Very cool, very cool. Thank you very much for the $5 US. Okay. Okay. Not gonna make any AC jokes. Yeah. I've got a mini fan. I've got like a mini tiny little fan that I've got on my desk right now. I'm probably gonna get an AC unit when I move. I'm probably gonna buy one that I can just one of those ones where you can stick the thing out the window for. But yeah. I moved for the first time ever last year and it sucked so bad I can't imagine doing any heat wave. Yeah, exactly. I've got like the best part about it, right? This will be the last thing before we actually get into the content, right? The worst thing about it is a good portion of my boxes are at the back of the garage. So I've gotta sift through all my dad's stuff to get to my boxes in the back. So that's gonna be fun. I can't wait to do that. That's gonna be so much fun. Okay, but anyway, we're gonna put this
Hello,
on.
everyone.
Shh, you're very loud. Oh my god, you're very loud. Okay. And the dogs are barking, so we're gonna see how long that lasts. Great. So, how do I even TLDR Star Giant? They're a fucking freak. They knew that there was a predatory individual in their server, from my understanding. I believe that was the thing. They had a bunch of different, like, crazy fucking lore. They sucked as an employee. They were a very snaky individual. They had a bunch of people randomly blacklisted from their server. If we remember last time, that was months ago now. where we looked at like their server ban list. I'm trying to remember things off the top of my head now, but I'm sure we're gonna get a lovely refresher with like all this new information. Okay. I'm still reeling from how you're younger than me. Yeah, suffer. Yeah, suffer all of you. Feel old, okay? Makes me feel way younger. Okay, okay. So we're probably only gonna watch this tonight, chat, but are you sitting comfortably? Are we all ready? Good. Good. Okay, let's get into it.
And welcome to Chapter 4. Yes, we're on the 4th chapter now. That's not
Jesus.
including various side quests that are only tangentially related to the main plot at this point. I know what you're all thinking. I'm thinking it too. Personally, my plan after Chapter 3 was for there to be one final Stargiant video when the plot was all said and done, for a sense of closure if nothing else. That's not this video. This is not the end of the story, because unfortunately some events have transpired recently that require a more immediate response. Because, you see, someone in our midst is a dirty little liar. And this might be the one video that I make on Ryan that he might not object to, because as we all know, he hates liars.
I don't trust liars. I don't know how hard it is for me to state that.
Even besides that, since my video last October, a lot has happened. Surprisingly, a lot. So
Sorry, what was that? Hold on.
Trust liars. I don't know how hard it is for me to state that.
Even besides that, since my video last October, a lot has happened.
I heard from a friend a detective is coming to Satan's house today. You speak the forbidden name. Oh god, I forgot. There we go. Anyway, am I allowed to ask how this friend knows that? She wishes to be kept a secret, but she saw a squad car by his house and heard him scream tomorrow. Duly noted. Does his friend live close to his house? Interesting. Oh, this is the guy that was like a former employee, I think, right? Or used to work with Stargiant, right? This Massey A guy? Am I remembering that right? I think I am. Okay.
Surprisingly a lot, so an update is warranted. And if I sound particularly angry in this video, it's because I am particularly angry. If you thought that my previous videos were harsh on the people involved, that's nothing compared to what you get today. There really are no words to how I feel about these people. And this time, we're going all in. Several people have gotten very deeply under my skin, and they're about to learn exactly what that entails. And despite this video being entitled Stargiant, today, we're going to be
Matty, not Massey. I swear I said Matty, right? You're gaslighting me again.
Doing something a little bit tangential. We're going to be dealing with Stargiant's den of liars and sociopaths. This isn't to be confused with Ryan's den of nonces and degenerates, although some of them do have significant crossover. You all remember this video, right? It's a classic. This was a nearly 3-hour video where Ryan responded to just about everything going on in his life. And by that, I mean that 70% of that video was him claiming that, yes, I am a good editor, no, I'm not a bad person, I have no flaws, interspersed with things like this.
Soul is also about piano music. Piano is the soul of humans. Personally, I think it's best to have as very few friends as possible. It must be the same reason why I wasn't allowed to call the police for a police officer pointing a gun at me. And I was 15 when that gun thing happened.
Plenty of people have already reacted to that video. I did it myself on a stream with Beckett of Cope and Seed. So if you'd like to see an outsider's perspective to this insanity, I'd recommend watching that. Now, in addressing my abuse, there were 5 separate testimonies. Maddie's, Dar's, Jackson's, Chelsea's, and Jenny's. Maddie and Dar had left Stargiant Circle before I got involved investigating Stargiant at all. And Maddie has spoken on this issue plenty himself already. But what about the other 3? Jackson, Chelsea, and Jenny. That's the subject of today's discussion. At a point in history, the team and I felt sympathy for these 3. Jackson and Jenny were good friends to people that had become my own friends. And as for Chelsea, we all felt sorry for her, forced to go on and on about her mother's fart fetish in the video. That testimony largely turned her into an internet laughing stock. With 2 of these 3 people, we spent a concentrated effort trying to get them out of Ryan's circle. As for the 3rd one, they proved to be such a horrifying individual that they were beyond any sort of redemption. To the point that they might have a more fucked up brain than Ryan himself. I don't make that statement lightly, but I am not kidding. And because we have to go chronologically, we have to deal with them first. Let's talk about Jenny.
What the fuck is this? What would you do if Phineas blackmailed you right now to cut ties with me? Would you do it? Phineas and blackmail in the same sentence. Okay. Okay, we're off to a great start. I got nothing to lose. What's he gonna do? Ruin Jeddo bread? He'd be punching down. Interesting. Okay.
AKA Jeddo bread.
But jumping to conclusions, well, assume means ass, you, me. Make an ass out of you and me. Funny how many people assume things about Rebecca. She's probably one of the best online friends I've ever made.
Of course
This
they're
is not
British.
my first time talking about Jenny on this channel. I already talked about her on a stream, at least as much as I could at the time, because her insanity led to an actual, no joke, police investigation. The stream that I
Fucking
did
hell.
was manually age restricted. I did it intentionally myself, so I could just go off the cuff and say whatever I had to at the moment. But for the purposes of this video, I'll try to keep things PG-13, so this video is viewable by as many people as possible. After my March video in 2024, Jeddo Bread approached Coda and gave him 2 sets of DMs with
Let's have a look. Coda says, I know this is all very distressing for you to take, for you taking it all in. Me, Matty, and the rest of us are all here for you. 5 block messages. And for absolute clarification, you're okay with all of these being shared with the rest of the team. So you got Jenny saying, yeah, best get it out. Can't stand in the way of justice. Coda says, alright, I will send them over right now then. What's this? If I did anything wrong, I want to put it past me and move on. In the orders, first one is my Binkjin side. The second one is my Jeddo bread, and the third one is a defunct friend's venting server. I can't remember who made it. I think Matty did. It was way back then. I don't know. They'll have anything. I'm hoping they do for the sake of justice. Are these like server logs? Are these the direct messages? Coda says, and just for absolute clarification, you're okay with all of these being shared with the rest of the team. Interesting. Interesting. Stargiant still kicking? Like a gnat, okay? Like a gnat.
like almost no prompting. Just, here, maybe.
Yeah, and I come with a fun fact in DMs. It will be, okay. Have a look. Let's see. What have I been given? It's not my DMs yet, I cry.
These will help, and to this day, none of us know why. Let me be clear as I possibly can before we really get into the weeds. Jeddo Bread is not well in the head, at all. They are legitimately mentally unstable, and a lot of what they do, a lot of what you're going to hear about, defies all reasonable logic. So if things seem a little bit weird, or dare I say, kinda like a cartoon, we have to remember that we are talking about a very broken individual today. But before I do that, let me preempt the absolutely obvious here. We got these DM sets in March of 2024, and I only started looking through them in October of 2025, shortly before Halloween, immediately after I put up the video where Ryan rants on I Love Kim Possible a lot. Your question is, why did it take so long to look through them? Practical reasons mostly. The first set of vlogs, the account Gen3Bread, starts on December 21st, 2021, and largely ends around August of 2023. In this span of 2 years, Jenny and Ryan exchanged 41,412 messages, or roughly 55 per day. And I don't mean just, hey, how you doing messages. Many of them were huge walls of text.
Holy shit, just have a fucking voice call, man. Fiction can trigger it in me. Wait, what the fuck is this about? I'd say cut down on the weed to lower my... I'd cut down on the weed to lower my tolerance and save money. But only if my desk has leg room. Well, it does, so deal's a deal. I'm gonna miss smoking. Plan B was to continue the animation on paper. My PC would be fixed, ... Scan and digitally redraw every frame. Yes, I really would have went that far. I hate having a lot of empathy. Okay. I really do. Fictional, real, parent, anyone, fucking hell, even evil people. Sorry, but my over-the-moon feeling has just nosedived into an ocean of tears. I didn't want to talk about it and upset you. That's the empathy in me. I wanted to not say anything, but I'm literally in tears. Okay. Fiction can trigger it in me, but this one is reality. Dad found my stash, tried to get rid of it. I stopped him. Big argument, stuff's in my car. I'm in tears because of the revelation, or something. I love my parents to death, even after the argument. I'm in the wrong for not abiding their rule of it, smoking if you want, but none of it in the property, even just holding it in a jar. Why am I sad if I still got it? Because I'm too empathetic over my dad right now. Dude, they are empathy maxing, holy shit. I don't know if he got depression or something. We have had a talk about his drinking, and he did cut down and for the weekends. I think my dad is like mega stressed, still feeling hurt about the outcome of his sons and daughters. Remember the DUI thing? He thinks I'm next to that for that. I'd never do it. Fucking hell. I know what it's like not to be listened to. Like, it hurts seeing him there, sad. I'm in the wrong too. Fuck the UK laws. I don't care about that. Morals are my forte. And God, God, why did I have to be the one in wrong? Dude, what the hell? On the other hand, this thing, weed, it's been a lifesaver in my mental health. It lets me sleep properly, eat better, better mood, better morning wake-ups. It's like some miracle drug that works. Heck, I've been animating stoned. It makes me focus. Okay, it's just... This is a manifesto. You have 2 fun facts? Okay, let me have a look. What is this? Since horses can't sweat, they emit off steam instead, so if you see steam coming off of a horse, it's perfectly normal. Also, a retired racehorse, Wonder Acute, has become a painter in his retirement. My god, that's awesome. Okay, I might show that in a little bit. That's awesome.
To the point where opening them improperly could crash a browser and force a computer reset. And that's even with many of the images within being improperly archived. Much of the actual contents of the messages obscure their importance. A lot of them are generic nonsense. And for like the first 2 months of this, which again is thousands of messages by the way, thousands of long-ass messages, the only thing of note is her repeatedly trying to get Ryan to start smoking some fuzzy grass. And I repeat, Jenny gave these DMs willingly with no prompting. And from the outset, she appeared roughly amicable and, well, stable. People had criticism, as you have criticism for anyone, but she was, like, normal. The fact that she gave all of these DMs to us willingly had us all a lot less suspicious than we really should have been. So, these DMs, the second set bringing us to a total of 57,765 messages. They were deprioritized as we looked through other angles and had other sources of evidence that were easier to access and seemed more pertinent. We got in contact with the owner of the Star Giant archive, Spicy Mac, as he had an op with Ryan and provided us basically enough to work with for a while. Eventually, it gave us enough to make last year's video, but that video unfortunately did blow his cover. Kinda, sorta. There was already a backup plan in play. So, someone else was playing an op on Ryan, and that guy just gave Mac his accounts, and Mac just basically took over from where he started, continuing the new op like the old. And you may be wondering exactly how long it took Ryan to figure this out, and the answer is he didn't figure this out. With this new account, Mac talked to Ryan for months, like half a year. And by talk, I mean literally talk. As in, they had actual calls together. Multiple of them.
We both started to call it F-slurs, which I know what that also means, but it was something just meant for...
What? The fucking call quality, man. It sounds like a FNAF phone call. Okay.
Ourselves. Like, okay, I'll be honest, like, a lot of my older problems were a lot of monkey see, monkey do, and a lot of times I will watch South Park and think those words were fine.
Yeah.
Like, for example, I know, mind if I just say the word for a sec?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like, I always heard that from South Park, and all the time, and even in my real days, I would say to whoever the motorcycle cuts me off. In fact, I said it twice yesterday, just because these motorcycles almost hit me, and I almost hit them, and I was like, it's like they want me to ram them just so they can get liability money from me.
What word could he possibly be saying? What word could he possibly mean?
The funny part is that Ryan knew Mac's voice.
That call that Mac with Ryan happened during when Ryan was driving. Okay, that makes sense.
I haven't seen some of the streams that the archive channel has done. But all you need to fool Ryan Koleski, I guess, is an over-the-top southern accent.
I'm doing great, by the way, and happy Friendship Friday to you.
Dude,
hey, well, alliteration's
no way.
always fun, ain't it? I mean, why do you think Stan Lee named all his characters with the same letter in the first and last name? So, hey.
Of course, realizing that I hadn't gone through these archives yet, I got to them eventually. And when I did, everyone was horrified. I swear, it was like opening the Ark of the Covenant. People who knew Jenny were horrified, and people who didn't know her were horrified. And let's just say, it doesn't make either of these people look very, very sane. The depths of the depravity that Jetto Bread has are almost unfathomable, and yet somehow Ryan comes across even worse. From the lighter little stuff, like revealing that he jerks it 5 times a day.
I'm sorry, what? Okay, wait. Sorry, I have to read this. That was the special. You think that, but nope. In real life, I don't mind being wet down there. Oh my god. That's why when I masturbate, I usually do it in my underwear. Stinks I don't like. But the pee feel is kind of nice. Okay. I hate my family. Mad at me for wearing underwear and socks 2 days in a row. Oh, dude. Dude. Stop gooning. No gooning. Oh my god. Sometimes people are too honest. That voice is uncalled for? No. So needed.
Into his underpants,
Jesus
and
Christ.
even had to try the flavor once.
I'm sorry, what? Not sure. I don't do alcohol. I masturbate, I guess. But I don't put it in my mouth. Oh my god. XD. Actually, I did put some in my mouth. In my mouth out of curiosity. It reminded me of that one time when SpongeBob tried snail food. Oh my god. You talk too much. You never shut up. Dude, this guy's a fucking creature. Oh my god.
To much more significant, serious things.
Oh my
and before I
God.
continue, I know that there are some people out there who question the validity of my evidence. Like I'm on some long-ass soul-draining
Deadwing Dork covered this? Interesting.
quest to go after a guy I hate for no reason. But I do understand some of the skepticism at this point. Ryan has a habit of trying to delete his past whenever he gets in drama. Every single time, he deletes old Discord accounts, old...
What the fuck is this? Oh, okay. Well, mine is still here. They might try to stop me because of blank being younger. Yeah, she's an adult. 18. But I don't know how to tell them this. Or even my sexual friend, Jackson, when I'm essentially abandoning him. This has been eating at me lately. Right, I've been putting the pieces together myself. I already have a plan. In November, I plan on telling them everything. I also plan on telling them that I am owed everything that they owe me, and that I'm an adult and I have a right to move out. I'm just nervous, that's all, and a part of me thinks that my negativity could be on my friends. My best friend, Brr, is also a Brr. In fact, right now, I'm worried about her. What is this?
Google accounts, and the channel that Jedabrit is talking to here is called Do Not Talk to Me. So, if you want some verification, because
Yen live, I should also go live to stream snipe them for the memes. No, you should go back to work, buddy.
with how bizarre these DMs are, we absolutely did need as much verification as possible. Much of the contents of these DMs are Star Giant work related. Jenny was an animator and an editor for Ryan, and they talk about many videos in production while they were in production. These DMs are again backdated to 2021, and again there are 56,000 of them, and they were
Jesus
only given to
Christ.
us like a day after the major scandal broke. I can't imagine the kind of process it would take to fake any of this, especially in the span of 48 hours. The Do Not Talk to Me account links to Ryan's own accounts as if they are his own accounts. And when I can censor all the privileged information in these DMs, all 1 bajillion of them will be there for your viewing pleasure. You know, if you're willing to do more than just watch a video and react to it in the moment. Speaking of that, these DMs...
I actually feel this pain so much, man. I feel this actual pain, okay? I don't think I've actually, like, told you guys. Do you want... I want you guys to put a guess in the chat, okay? How many gigabytes do you think the Fiendish Cavern logs are? I'm gonna let you guys figure that out, and then I'm gonna press play.
do give us a lot of interesting behind-the-scenes information, like the development of addressing my abuse. But more importantly, Jenny seemed to be like Ryan's second-in-command. Jenny literally called this grooming douchebag.
What the fuck? I treat you so right. You've come around to a... Oh my god, what the fuck is this? What the fuck? You've come around to ABDL, knowing how much it helps me. Sure, you don't get through all of it, but you went a long way from repulsion. You know it helps me. You still want to be my friend. Maybe we're soulmates. Okay. It'd be nice to live together. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Okay, so the answer to the question from before is about 40 gigs. It's horrific. It's horrific how much shit I have to sift through. But there you go. I feel this pain. I feel this pain.
Her soulmate. And Ryan told her, like, everything. And Jenny knew everything.
Holy
A good
shit.
chunk of the later portions of these messages showcases a very real downward mental spiral on the part of Ryan, caused by my very first video on Stargiant Productions. Oh no, not that one. Not the video where I called him a child groomer. No, when I say first video, I mean first video. The one where I merely called him a bad editor, a bad friend, and a shitty boss. Like, months and months, he goes on and on. Like, this one video here destroyed his entire life. And from a distance...
What's this? Dashi forced me to apologize to someone. Oh. You were worried about your friends leaving you? Ah. I want to know more, but I gotta get back to my shift in 4 minutes. Sorry. I don't mind listening to you vent tonight, though, if you have to. I finish at yeah. I don't want Dashi to force me to apologize to anyone ever again. Remember, Blank had no issue with me for 9 months straight. So in that time, that means I'm good and I did nothing wrong. By the logic of reality, I did nothing wrong. Dude, that's not how that works. Okay. They don't want to let stuff go. Then I'm not gonna let stuff go. I think I have 5 servers in my life. I think I had 5 servers in my life, all deleted prior due to trolls. Current one is the 5th one, or 4th one. People said I don't pay my editors enough, which is probably true. However, Emptor only paid a couple of dollars more, but people think that's an accurate number to pay editors, which is ridiculous. Dude, you're not paying editors at all. You barely pay them. Real life editors get paid $50 an hour, 5 times the amount that Enter pays. Then what do you pay, man? You pay fuck all. Oh my god. And yet John still claims to be a professional, even though he doesn't pay like a professional. Enter focuses on the wrong things, always did, always will. Okay.
It's a sight to behold. Although I must admit, not as much as a sight as the roleplay. Oh, the roleplay, huh? You want to hear about the roleplay?
Do I?
Man, it feels wonderful to get some fresh air as a break from reviewing animations.
Oh
Ooh,
no.
what lovely flowers. These look quite nice. I'm sure Dashi will love these
Are these voice notes? Are these voice notes? No. No, there's no way. Okay.
I stand corrected. I don't think Dashi will love these pollinator flowers. Wow! I became taller.
No, not that
What the
roleplay, the
fuck?
other roleplay. The one that I'm...
Sorry, what was that? Sorry.
I became taller.
No, not...
Rebecca Fetish roleplay audio. That's horrific. That's horrific.
Not that roleplay, the other roleplay. The one that I'm talking about has never actually seen the light of day. So, Ryan says that he had this friend who was really, really into the CMC and Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon. And
What does
in
this
this
mean?
roleplay, he waters the flowers with white rain. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh. To flat. I don't think that's how... What? I'm sorry, what? To flowers. This guy gets his rocks off to flowers? Huh? Huh? Okay.
And the,
Yeah.
white rain
Sorry, that gave me like a horrid shudder down my spine. Okay.
makes the CMC grow into giantesses. It's gross and evil and wrong. But of course, it's not something that Ryan would do this day.
What the fuck is CMC? Do I want to know what CMC is? Do I want to? The fuck is CMC? Fine. What is CMC? Fetish. I'm gonna kill myself, aren't I? CNC. Consensual non-cons- Oh, that thing. Okay. So he wants the rape flowers. Got it. Oh! Oh, cutie mark.
Yeah, and do not look
Crusaders.
up. Do not look up CNC. No, run.
I already did. The stream delays didn't help me.
You're run. Yeah, you're cooked.
I'm
You're
done.
cooked.
Apparently that's
You're
not what that
cooked.
means. Apparently it's talking about My Little Pony.
You're so cooked. You're a clopper. Yen's a clopper. Yen loves clopping. Yen clops it all up.
What?
Yeah.
Why are you out of the box?
What?
Why are you out of the box? Who let you out?
You're in the box, little bro.
Get back in there.
You're
Hold on.
televising from the box. Fuck off.
Get back in the box. Get back in the
You're
box.
streaming in the box. I'm the
putting
fucking homeowner.
I'm putting you back in the fucking box, okay?
You're the sidekick. I'm the superhero. That's
It must have been the wind. Anyways. Okay. Apparently that's not what it is. Cutie Mark Crusaders. It's a My Little Pony thing, right? The kid ponies. Oh. Animated children horses. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Oh. 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 I'm gonna press play now. Fucking killing myself.
Age, right? That was years ago.
Sorry, what is this? It's something I know nowadays not to do. Fuck. Hi, Ivy.
Hi. So, to clarify, you know the character Claire played?
Huh?
You know the character Claire played? The one that Bonk is obsessed with?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Cutie Mark Crusade. That's one of them.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for explaining.
You're
I
welcome.
think we figured this out. Yep. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't like when people bless me with horrific knowledge. I'm gonna read this. It's something I don't do nowadays, but not but not when I was 19 and didn't know better. I would never jerk off to a child. Well, thank God he has some standards. Oh my fucking god! I'm gonna
Ago. So, Ryan actually goes on later to name the person he did this supposed RP with, calling them a horrible person. And yet, further down in the
Jesus
chat logs,
Christ.
he actually goes on saying that they want this person to unblock them, which is a very
Yen DMs, why do people just want me to suffer so much? How can it possibly get any worse than that? Oh, okay. Oh, Silver Spoon and these are the names of the characters. Oh, those are children. Oh, okay. Fuck's sake. Okay, thank you.
very strange thing to say if these allegations are true. If you're
Guys, if you like seeing me suffer, please like and subscribe.
curious, this person was asked about this allegation and they obviously denied it. And because this ERP has never surfaced, we don't have any real evidence that this actually happened, beyond the allegations of a crazy person. Someone who makes shit up about everyone, sometimes with actually
What was this false accusation? This never happened? What? Blank's the one that promoted this shit. Blank was the one that thought it would be funny if I groomed Grace when she was a minor. What the fuck? Okay, you've lost me. I don't care if Blank thought it was a joke for one time, it's not funny. Back when Grace was underage, we were bonding. Why were you bonding with a child? Anyway. There, Blank made a joke about me and Grace being shipped together. I actually thought it was a good idea. What the fuck? Oh, but that's because I didn't know Grace was underage. Bro. Oh no.
no reason. Because Ryan lies as he breathes.
I get what you're trying to say.
I blame my mom. She's the one that forced me to delete that shit, and she forced me to delete my channel.
Yeah. Oh, she forced you to delete your channel.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Okay,
Lol?
tell me a little bit about
W mom? W mom?
that. I thought you just deleted it because of the video and whatnot. I thought that was your choice.
She told me this. If you want to stay living here, Ryan, you gotta delete this shit now.
God, that's loud. Ryan's mother, A, is transphobic and never accepted him as Rebecca. B, forced him to leave his YouTube channel where he publicly identified as Rebecca. C, forced him to leave his YouTube channel after being accused of being a groomer on threat of being thrown out. D, is helping him find a lawyer to fight the allegations. E, knows Ryan is making reviews after said video but doesn't like it because she believes everyone online is a 10-year-old posing. Okay. Thank you very much, Q's Hood Ornament, for being a member for 2 months. You being cursed with knowledge is why I subscribe. You guys hate me and you want me dead. Okay, but I do appreciate it. Whatever. What will the answer be?
know that Ryan is lying here because he doesn't have a problem with people getting off to underage characters. Because apparently he did that to the Loud House characters. Because
no. Why? Why? What the fuck? No. 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 Fuck's sake.
according to archives
This guy's a pedophile.
of his DeviantArt, he was an admin for a Loud House V group. Not a member of the group, an admin. And it wasn't a generic Loud House group either. It was specifically a fetish group. He was working behind the scenes there. He may have even been the one to create it. Now, Jenny's testimony in addressing my abuse was the strangest of them all, even by the rest of the video standards. This is because a large part of it was cut out. Either by Ryan or Jenny, we don't really know. The part that was cut off was Jeddah Bread going on and on and on for so many pages explaining how the diaper fetish works.
Of course.
Okay, one, this was something I kept to myself for decades. Yes, in childhood I've had this, but obviously didn't know what it was being that young. I both let this slip by accident, but was also reassured by Rebecca that she would never judge my kinks. And she so far hasn't. Yes, she was shocked by anyone would be shocked by this. Unlike the others, she didn't cut me out. She didn't get angry and upset. She did need time to collect herself, but her handling of this was more than I could ever ask for. Even tell the truth, Rebecca has trauma surrounding diapers. Rebecca is Stargiant, the person they're defending. And the reason Rebecca has trauma around diapers, we found out from the video, is that their dog had to wear diapers, and that's how they knew they had to put the dog down. So now they have trauma over diaper fetish.
Jesus Christ. This is like stage 5 Doodle Tones delusion, okay? This might dwarf Doodle Tones, okay? Jesus Christ. Fuck it, Gideon can catch this guy. Yeah, Gideon will send his army of children after the pedophile, okay? He's very clever like that. Fucking hell.
I'm not really sure how that works either. I don't know.
As you might remember, Ryan decided to take potshots at Coda for this reason. You know, the person that Ryan tried to get to join a Not Safe for Work Discord server when he was only 17.
What the fuck? Okay.
Ryan decided to kink shame Coda because Ryan, quote-unquote, has trauma involving diapers.
The breaking point when I knew we had to put him down was when my mom suggested putting Xiao in diapers. I couldn't bear the thought of my own dog being in diapers, and that put me in a trance.
Right.
So yeah, we now have the ashes of my dog. And the less that I hear about both my dad and stepdad
with the diapers, burnt with the dog. Is this what we're figuring out here? Fuck.
making jokes about wanting to run over cats with their cars and trying to kick me out of their houses for a dog, the better. And yes, they did this shit to me. I don't care if it was a joke. It's not a funny joke.
Now, stating that outright probably gave Jenny some very conflicting emotions. She not only thought that Ryan was her soulmate, but at the same time, she was still friends with Coda. And
she knows how to pick them. Holy fucking shit, man. Of all the people okay, to be fair, this person is a fucking freak as well. Freak attracts freak, I guess. What the actual hell? But you shouldn't be afraid. Diapers don't... Oh, because this person has a fucking diaper fetish. Oh my god. I've just realized. Why did it take me so long to realize that? Jenny has a diaper fetish, and Stargiant is scared to death of diapers. That's fucking comedic comedy. Oh my god, that's amazing. Fuck's sake.
Even more than that, Jenny wanted Ryan to be friends with Coda. And the most complicating factor here is that Jenny had that diaper fetish herself.
Oh my god.
So Ryan reacting so strongly to the fetish probably didn't sit very well with her.
Yeah.
So in the DMs, Jenny, once again I am not kidding, spends a significant portion of time basically grooming Ryan into accepting said fetish.
Fuck. Sorry, I almost spat my drink out. I almost took a sip. I can't stop laughing. I can't stop. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. I gotta stop. Fuck. 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 Yen, you're peeking. It's because I'm laughing. It's because I'm laughing so much. And I can't be too loud because I don't want to wake people.
And engaging with it. No, it's not a joke. It legitimately is grooming. She continually pushed his boundaries and pushed through them to get Ryan into said fetish. That once again, quote unquote, traumatized.
What the fuck? Hold on. This is just Kino. Hold on. I figured Joseph, but I was like about to say that it's also a boy name, but I usually just call myself Bink or Binky online. Huh? No emoji of a Binky? I miss my Binky. Like a pacifier? Yes. Dude, okay.
So, that's really nice.
Sorry. I miss being a baby or a child. What? Am I dreaming? What? No, you're not. Don't tell me you're also a closet APD. I miss when my parents were together. Okay, man. Jesus. I miss when the world was safe. I miss when my brother was nicer. I miss when I wasn't a pedophile. Okay, I added that one in. Oh my god.
I mean,
okay.
I don't feel bad for Ryan, but like, what the fuck, Jenny? Like, against anyone that's like a what the fuck?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think these people deserve each other, okay? They're both adults in this, right? I don't think they can get... But I don't know, man. I don't think I could take the accusation of groomed into diapers seriously, okay? I really cannot. Jesus Christ.
Thing to do. And realizing that was absolutely a mindfuck. Almost as much as Ryan calling both Wes and Grace Yahtzee apologists. I wonder if that's why he asked Wes, what do economics do? If it sounds like a lot so far, this is literally just the beginning. Jedabread's insanity gets so much worse. When Lio Convoy tried to confront Ryan over Twitter DMs, Lio brought up Toon Critic. Lio asks Ryan if Toon Critic is a nonce. Ryan says, yes, obviously.
Oh my god. Okay.
All of this was in the quest of getting Ryan to admit that Nekopan was also a nonce. Ryan's defense was that she had never been to court.
Back to Nekopan.
Oh yeah! Like, Star Giant has, like, the belief that unless you actually get processed through, like, the court of law, right, and you're guilty in the court of law, then you're innocent. I think that's their logic.
Parsum drama. Accused of grooming. That is all that I know about her. Did she actually do this? I don't know. Stop going to me about this person. I know nothing about her. And no one in my server has any contact with her currently. So if she's or not, that is up for the police to decide, and not me. And not the internet.
How is Lio everywhere with these guys? Well, the thing is, right, Lio's, like, I guess in terms of, like, more drama-related stuff, he started with, like, the brony community. Like, his major thing was, like, at least from my understanding, was like Toon Critic. That was like his major thing, right? That's kind of like where he got his like footing originally. And then it kind of moved into, I can't remember if it was Toy Drama first or after, or it was like a blend of the two. And then it was like ACC stuff. Like, this is just where Lio kind of started, in these spaces specifically.
Not either.
And the point that Lio had is that Toon Critic never went to court either. However, it's pretty much verified that Toon Critic is a nonce. He was doing ERP with a 15-year-old girl from the Philippines. And a bunch of other stuff too.
You have asked for photos of her in nothing but a leather jacket.
Oh my god, this is ancient shit. Is this Skype? I think this is Skype calls, right? Oh my god, okay.
Panties.
Ryan's logic is flawed because in order for Nekopan to receive a conviction here in the States, she would need to commit a crime, so it hinges on her molesting a child. Right.
You have sent her pictures of your crotch, only covered in boxes.
There.
You've sent her porn. You've done a lot of bad things, Zach.
And Toon Critic only seemed to remotely care when all of his former friends said that they couldn't associate with him anymore.
We can't associate with this. We cannot.
Seriously?
Seriously, we cannot.
POV, you're confronting a pedophile, but you have to stand in the well to do it.
We can't be associated with this.
Jesus.
Dude, look, I made a stupid mistake, alright? I'm trying to fucking change from that.
Bro.
I get it, alright? I did some stupid stuff.
At some point...
Should I, like, go back and, like, look at the Toon Critic stuff? Should I do that as, like, a stream where we just look back at the Toon Critic stuff? Because that's, like, something that was ages ago, right? Like, I don't think I've ever, like, seen the full stuff with Toon Critic. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we do that? I think that should be interesting. Like, a retrospect on it? Or, like, a stream at least, right? I think that could be kind of interesting. I don't know, I kind of like, I know my video content is primarily looking at older situations, right? Just because of the nature of how I end up finding stuff out, right? I don't know, I think it could be interesting. Ask Beckett is his fave. Maybe. Should be interesting.
Jenny asks Ryan a very peculiar question. She asks Ryan if a person like Toon Critic could ever be forgiven. To which Ryan says,
Hi, Ren.
yes, someone that Ryan himself admitted was a nonce. To be fair, maybe Ryan said that because that's just what Jenny wanted to hear because she has this moral standard. Jenny, being the well-put-together crypto shill that she is, seems to miss the fact that being a groomer means that you have groomed. You can't be a groomer that hasn't offended. That's like saying a murderer that hasn't offended. Because fair is fair, we wanted to hear directly from the man mustard coated horse's mouth. So we had Mac ask Ryan directly. Here's what he says. Mr. Perfect passed the buck. Ryan only told this to Jenny in a private
Wait,
DS.
what? Sorry?
Mr. Perfect...
Where am I looking? These are all emails, right? Oh my god. Of those 5? Okay, let me see. 1, 2, this is due to my friend Jackson thinking he was cool. I don't think Zach can be forgiven. Jackson has changed his mind in him as well, so the person was an adult that I did it with. Oh, are these the questions? Okay. Thinking Toon Critic could be forgiven. I don't think he can be forgiven. Okay. Doing a sexual roleplay involving the CMC. I've already forgotten the name of them. That was it. Cutie Mark Crusaders. There we go. I'm learning chat. From MLP. So the person was an adult I did it with. Okay, man. Okay. I get it now.
Passed the buck. Ryan only told this to Jenny in a private...
By the way, depressing fact about the Toon Critic stuff, he could have gone to jail for dissemination of adult material to a minor. Yeah, I thought as much. Did he? Or did he not? I don't know if he did. I actually don't know. Should be interesting if we do look back at it.
DM, which he had no reason to assume that anyone else would ever see ever, because apparently Yoda Jax thought that Zach could be forgiven because he thought that Zachary Hayes was cool. You know, the edgelord dipshit who had his hat thrown into a toilet at an event. Now, Yoda Jax is a fucked up individual himself, and we'll get to that in the next chapter. But Ryan, that is a very serious...
Is that the Lionsgate logo? Is that what that is? Is that his... what do they call it? Cutie Mark. Bro, okay.
Allegation. And as much as I'd love to
He didn't go to prison? Really? That's insane.
Ryan at his word here, the DMs between him and Jenny give us a plausible second possibility. Maybe Ryan thinks that Toon Critic could be forgiven because he sees a lot of the guy in himself. A cringe YouTuber with very specific demons. I use the word demons very intentionally. Up to this...
What's this? I heard that people that get thoughts for children often grow up being abused. I wonder if me constantly being abused by my brother could have contributed to me having inner demons. Bro. Wait, so because your brother beat you up, or like bullied you, does this mean that you like kids now? Interesting, guys. Every single time you got into a sibling play fight, okay, that every hit, right? Every slap or whatever the hell, right? That contributed to you having the possibility of liking kids. Keep that in mind, okay? Well, imagine being taken advantage of and thinking as you grew, maybe this is okay to do. There are some things that I saw that my brother once had on his laptop that were questionable. Unfortunately, I've never been able to prove it. It was a long time ago. What did his brother actually do to him? Because I could be being a bit mean when I shouldn't be. did his brother do something to him, like, sexually? I actually do not know. I do not know. My childhood trauma contributed to me liking dolls. Close enough. Yeah, sure. Close enough, Nabi. Sure. Fuck. Press play.
Points in these videos, I haven't called
His brother made him a pedophile, apparently.
Ryan a nonce. I've called him an abuser, a pervert, a degenerate, even a child groomer. But when you call someone out for having that very specific inclination, you really do need to have them dead to rights, because
I don't know, man. This guy had, like, ERPs with, like, you know, where he was, like, role-playing with, like, nothing to child My Little Pony characters. I don't know, man. He says he has inner demons, okay, when talking about, like, people growing up being abused and turning out to be pedophiles. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you can call him a pedo. His brother bullied him, and Ryan said that his brother tried to kill him as a baby. Oh, okay. Okay, so that means pedophilia. Gotcha.
it's not a term that you want to water down. But, you know, when someone goes out of their way and just flat out fucking admits it, February of 2022. Ryan
Sorry,
goes
what was
out of
that?
their way.
I hope they're healing me too. I'm serious when I say I would never want to fuck a minor. But I'm also fucking hell. But I'm also saying that I used to almost want to. What the fuck? Dude. No fucking way, man. Okay. I'm 25. I don't want to be with someone over a decade younger than me. Over a decade? Okay. I have nightmares about this kind of stuff. I tell myself, no, I don't want to ever be a pedophile. You can't make me grow children inner demons. I hate child porn. I won't ever have sex with a minor. You can't make me. You have inner demons? Yes. Bro, there's no fucking shot. Again, some people are way too open. What does that fucking remind me of? It reminds me of that fucking... what's that, like, just like... Oh my god, it's Kane. It's Kane. It's Kane. Dude, it's the Kane speech. That's why I was like, why does this sound so familiar? Wait, this was 2022. No, I would never be a pedophile. You can't make me groom children, inner demons. I hate child porn. I would have... You can't make me. Fuck. No. It's just the Kane speech, man. This is fucked up. Okay. I'll press play.
Just flat out fucking...
Oh my god, we're already 19 minutes in. Kane from Digital Circus. It's the Digital Circus speech. Fuck.
Admits it. February of 2022. Ryan starts
God,
having
this guy's
some
fucked.
very scary discussions.
Interesting, let's read them. Please don't talk to me about pedophilia again. It's disgusting. I'm not a pedophile. I won't have sex with minors. I never saw any child pornography. I never asked a minor to have them share their genitals with me. It's gross. I don't know, man. That sounds like something who has done that would say. That's like there was no war in passing say. There was no cheese pizza in passing say. Jesus Christ, man. Same here. I hate them, and the topic too. Agreed. Any urges that I have had are in the past. This is why I only talk to adults for a reason. Oh my god. The amazing digital groomer. No. No. God damn it, man. Oh my god. Try to say you're not a pedophile while sounding like a pedophile, man. Holy shit.
Some very gross discussions that you shouldn't have with anyone.
Yeah.
Maybe to God before you burn in hell.
What's this? I see. So yeah, my inner demons, the horrible people that I hear of on the internet, is why I choose to only talk to adults on the internet for the rest of my life. In my younger years, the term pedophilia was never a thing I thought of back then. Now I think of it all the time now to prevent myself from talking to minors. Because I hate pedophiles. and I don't want them having sex with children or seeing children genitalia. Amen. I still remember this one group of people that nearly tricked me as an adult in wanting to have sex with a child. What? I'm not stating who though, because I obviously never went through. What the fuck? This stream is getting nuked. This is insane. This is insane. This is fucking insane. Dude. There's no shot. There's no way. I kind of get why Deadwing Dork may have thought that some of these were fake, okay? Because how horrifically blatant some of these are. This is like Disney. No, maybe not Disney. I don't think Disney had a pedophile in it. This is like, this is like, fucking, I don't know, man. Trying to think of an example. Fucking hell. This is like Blood Meridian levels of blatantly evil. There you go. There you go. There's a good comparison. This is Blood Meridian levels of plainfully evil. God damn.
Ryan claims that being abused by his brother contributes to him having, as he calls them, inner demons. Which I guess I will also call them, as it's advertiser friendly enough. Ryan claims that he may have found questionable things on his brother's PC. The same brother that he later accuses of having smeared murder across the wall. Also, a quick reminder, in the document that Ryan wrote about KP, he stated that if you don't report—
I forgot that Stargiant did a doc on KP. Oh my god, it's all flung back to me now. Oh my god. Oh my god. Also, guys, KP content isn't dead. I may be working something on in the near future. It won't be anything fancy, but you guys will be fed. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out. It depends on how well me and someone else does for it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. By the way, before anyone stupid defends Ryan here, this is not how POCD works. What's POCD? What? Yeah, form of OCD. What is POCD? Pedophile-themed obsessive-compulsive disorder. Oh, that. Right. Gotcha.
someone to the authorities, you're just as bad as the abuser, and he will never take that statement back. So, Ryan states that in his younger years, people tried to make him do something that would have put him behind bars.
Huh? This is why I created that minor ban last year. There's only two contexts. One, diaper changing was... I really don't like the person who has a diaper fetish talking about changing children's diapers. I think you should be banned from being a parent if you have a diaper fetish. Unironically, I think that should be... I think that should be a thing. I think that should definitely be a thing. Excuse me. 2. You're a pediatrician that is performing a health examination. 4. Is that for genitals? Yes? Is that what that is? Oh god, my voice is going. Let me have a drink. Sorry, chat. And guys, if you're liking the stream, please like and subscribe. If you want to, you can donate. It helps towards a PC, and also you guys get marshmallows when we hit the goal. Oh my god, my voice. Oh, there we go. Excuse me. Oh my god, my voice.
And then he gives a little bit of context as to why he was so obsessed with talking about the Toon Critics of the world. Because apparently, it prevents himself from talking to minors. While he says that he never wanted to do the deed with a minor, he claims that
I clicked the unmute button and it didn't unmute. I'm so sorry. Yes, I
You're
know.
muted.
I know.
That he used to.
We'll go back. We'll go back. What did we miss? What did I miss? Fuck it. Fuck it. We've gone too far now. We've gone too far now.
What?
Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe.
While he says that he never wanted to do the deed with a minor, he claims that he used to almost want to. I don't know what that means. I want to burn myself alive.
True.
The most damning thing here is this message here, where he
Can we get the horse painting? Fine. Fine. I'll give you guys a brief fucking detour. Hold on. Where is it? I'll give you the horse. Peter, the horse is here. Okay. This guy fucking sucks. This guy sucks at painting. Don't look at me like that. This is horrific art skills. Horrific. Gonna turn them into glue. Anyways.
asks,
God.
what if I went through with that blue thing? This means that Ryan knows that something is a little bit wrong. I mean, he has to. It's in this whole talk about the worst perversion possible. You know, right before asking this question here. Speaking of questions, though, I have one for you, the audience. If you had a friend that came up to you and started speaking even half of the stuff, a quarter of the stuff, you know, talking about these specific thoughts for minors, how would you react? And before you give your answer, maybe consider, what if they were your self-admitted soulmate? Would that change the conversation? Because I have to remind you, this conversation happened in February 2022, and I reiterate, the chat logs continue until March of 2024, and my second video on Ryan came out. For more than 2 years, Jenny just sits there with a smile, talking to this now admitted nonce for years. And keep in mind, addressing my abuse came out after this. She knew all of this and still decided to testify in Ryan's behalf. I guess she sees it as true love, like Romeo and Juliet. And like Romeo and Juliet, they do something so stupid, it ends up getting the both of them killed by their own hands. Looking at
it also involves kids, so, you know.
Jetobred logs as a test of your own sanity. Ryan might not have believed that Necopon was a predator. Side note, he actually absolutely did, and here's him admitting it right.
What? What? Sorry, what? That's heartbreaking. If I had a nickel for every artist of mine that turned out to be a pedophile, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that happened twice, right? Fuck you mean twice? Who was the other one? That day was before Sean Shahar was outed. He knew Sean Shahar. Someone's gonna say it in the chat, I already know. Ahead of time here. The other PDF being referred to. Okay, interesting.
Here. And he also figured out that Ray Rance was a groomer too. Somehow.
Ray Rance? Hold on, okay.
Bro. In 2022. To be fair, Ryan did add Ray Rance to the ban list, and he said this about him in addressing my abuse.
What? Why? I'm so confused.
Rance to the ban list, and he said this about him in addressing my abuse.
Something to the effect of, Ray Rance, you shouldn't talk about me when there are several allegations against you. I'm not looking for a 5-second clip in a 3 hours of nonsense. Mr. Enter didn't show evidence. Cancel this man. Get him now. I don't care that much for this one, to be honest with you.
Which is more than he said about Necopon, despite her allegations being far more public, and—
Thank you, Fishy. Thank you, Fishy, for, like, making me know that, like, there is, like, no free will ever in this world, okay? Thank you, Fishy. Thank you for reaffirming that.
More on the face of it confirmed.
I don't know anything present about Necopan, so people saying that I had a in my server knowingly for 8 months are all liars.
Apparently, Ray Rant's victim coming out to talk to Ryan worked, yet Necopon's victim coming to talk to him didn't for some reason. Even with that being said, Ryan apparently wanted to PR bullshit his way through this, which is, you know, nice. However, the most disturbing part of the Jetobred logs—
Shouldn't you, though? I mean, to be honest, right, it's such a minor point in this. Like, we already have him admitting the fact that he knew that this person was a pedophile in the text logs, to be honest. So, yeah, there can be some question on that, fair enough. Yeah, and what's your favorite ice cream? Right now, mine's chocolate and cookie dough. I don't fucking know, I give up. I like butterscotch. I really like butterscotch. I had Haagen-Dazs for the first time yesterday. That was really nice. It was a really nice strawberry flavor. That was really nice.
Is how much they changed the context of things we thought we already knew. They talk about Sean Soar in this a bit. If you don't remember, Sean Soar was a bully. He was also a Sandy Hook supporter. Not a truther, a supporter. By that,
Those
I mean
exist?
he supported the shooting.
I found this conversation that Sean Soar had on DeviantArt, where he compared rebooting a cartoon series to that of the Sandy Hook Massacre.
Sorry, what the fuck? So you're saying that rebooting a beloved kid series and bringing it to a new generation which can benefit for both the consumer by expanding their variety of entertainment they like to see, and the producer to make more money off an existing product for both old and new fans is worse than the killing of 20 children and 6 staff members? Yeah, I mean, the gunman had a reason for doing it. He killed them for a reason. Holy shit, okay.
He also justifies the shooting by saying this: I actually think Sandy Hook was somewhat of a miracle since it felt
What the
satisfying knowing that
hell?
little kids similar to the ones that bullied me in first grade got their comeuppance.
Guy's a psychopath, oh my god.
And a miracle like that is the opposite of a burden like this. Yo, what the fuck?
But most importantly, the guy seemed to have an addiction to drawing the underage character Hilda in a bikini. Then
What?
one day, he posted an actual picture of an actual minor in a bikini to his Twitter.
What the fuck? Okay.
Since then, Ryan has given 5 different stories as to why he kicked Sean Soar to the curb.
And no, it's not just Mongrel that accused you of being wow.
Oh, Mongrel. Oh, Mongrel. I forget Mystic Mongrel existed. Oh, I forget Mystic Mongrel existed. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. I remember, Brian Mullins the Fox really did not like my impression of Mystic Mongrel. This was a year or so ago now. I remember voicing Mystic Mongrel's lines in one of Vlad's videos years ago. Or a year ago, I can't remember. It's been a while now. And I remember Brian Mullins the Fox reacted to that video and referred to me as a Brit bonger and said, I'm not going to play any more of this because I'm not going to listen to any more of this Brit bonger's accent. Then proceeds to play the clip. It's great.
Brad's family did as well. Why did her family do that to me? Because I was going over screenshots of my former artist that was being a creep. My artist Sean Soar would love to draw the character Hilda from Hilda, an 11-year-old girl, in sexual clothing, and not age her up at all. I once called Hilda my waifu, like in 2019, but I thought that just meant a favorite character, not sexual favorite, so I learned around that time to not do that. For Sean, dozens of people on my server complained to me about this, and this was all of last year. It wasn't just like a single day, this was like for a while. But I was a nice person and decided to let this person continue being on my server because I'm an idiot. Apparently I'm an idiot. I just on occasion would delete his art, but not all the time. Then one day he posted a real picture of a girl the same age as Hilda in a bikini on his Twitter. Now he claims that it's his cousin, but it's not the legal shit that was bothering me. It was the fact that he kept doing this shit, even being told numerous times to not do it. I DM'd him on Discord to make sure what he was doing was legal, and he told me it was. Seeing a minor in a bikini is legal, but either way, I told him to not do it again. Then just a couple hours later,
You had to ask him if it was legal. You had to ask the guy who uploaded the image if it was legal. Okay, dude. Okay.
he would post.
I have some lovely experiences with Mongrel being a creep towards me. Oh my god, that's reminded me. Oh my god, I entirely forgot about that. So, if you guys don't remember, okay, the whole thing with Mystic Mongrel was them posting, sorry, one of the things, right, was them posting a picture of themselves in, like, I think it was, like, underwear and, like, a bra or something? It was something like that, right? It was something. It was some kind of weird image like that, right? In a server with minors? And I believe that was an argument that Guild had made in his video. So I remember when Mongrel was still active on Twitter, and they replied to me with that image, being like, tell me how this is a sexual image. Tell me how this is a sexual image. And I wanted to throw up. I felt sick. Oh my god. And I was like, why the fuck would you send that to me? That is disgusting. Like, dude, okay. I forgot about that. It was Harley TBS server. I thought so. Jesus Christ. I hate my memory sometimes. I hate my memory.
a picture of Hilda again in a sexual manner, and had a fictional adult in the background in love with her with hearts around this band that looked 30 years old. I blocked Sean right then.
She would essentially talk to Nell and Graffiti, tell how she wanted to fuck me. That was great to learn. I'm so sorry, Ren. That's disgusting. I want them to look at the rabbits. And if you guys get the reference, you know what I'm saying.
In there because I warned him numerous times in just a couple of weeks, and it wasn't from months ago. This is actually fresh in everyone's memory, and he only asked on Twitter a couple of weeks after. This was all 2022. I told him everything, and that was the last straw that I heard from him. When I was showing all of this to Jello Bread, explaining why I fired said artist and why my girlfriend Leslie banned Sean from my server, Jed's mom came in and saw this and thought that I hosted a child sex trafficking.
And I have a hard time believing that it was due to Sean Soar's perversion. When Ryan was into Hilda, he...
What was that? Sorry. Sean kept posting this several times on my server while I had permission, and some questionable stuff. I'm not saying he would fuck a real child, but he's proven that he wouldn't mind fucking fictional children. That's you, dude. God, sorry. It's alright. I'm still a bit nauseous from the hospital. Like, it's fine usually, but sometimes it flares up, and it's okay, don't worry about accidentally stressing me. It's the truth, and you must hear the truth. That's a sentence. I never want those two words in. Rule 0. Never utter those words at the same time. Those words at the same sentence. Okay.
I have a hard time believing that it was due to Sean Soar's perversion. When Ryan was into Hilda, he allegedly had the username Sexy Giantist Hilda Waifu.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what? I remember the name was something along the lines of Sexy Giantist Hilda Waifu. I only kind of remember because he was in a VC in my server with this, and was all waifu means favorite female character, right? Then I had to explain what it meant. Oh my god. I just realized Stargiant Productions has a giantess fetish. Oh my god. It was in front of us the entire time. Thank you very much, Loser, for being a member for 5 whole months. I take full credit for this stream happening. I love you, Yan. Why did you do this to me, Lou? Why did you do this to me? Why did you have to remind me that this topic existed? You did this. You did this. But thank you very much.
His defense
later
on call was that he didn't know what waifu meant.
Really, Yan? Shut up, Ivy.
Sure, let's go with that. Ryan, what does sexy giantess mean? You want to know the truth? You want to know why Ryan finally...
We've known, Yan. I'm just dumb. I'm just dumb, okay? I'm so sorry. I'm just very, very dumb.
Got rid of Sean's...
Kicks rock.
Because Jenny saw all of this, and her family threatened to pull her internet access. Jenny is a grown-ass woman, by the way. Yeah, her family sees this kind of shit that Sean Soar is up to, and threatens to pull her internet access. Ryan panics, and to keep Jenny, he boots Sean Soar. And it just keeps going, and going, and going, and going. If new context on old degenerates wasn't enough, how about some new context on new degenerates?
No.
We got to learn about a couple more perverts throughout all of this. Introducing Fairy Dooney. Or maybe it's Dunny, I don't care. Ryan made a list of how June is the worst month of his life every year. Hopefully you're seeing this video in June. I unfortunately started it a tad bit late this year. But Ryan goes on and on about things that are more or less established in this list, or otherwise irrelevant. However, the odd one here is 2022. Dooney leaves me. Mac tried to get some follow-up information.
You know, let me ask you this. You were listing off all the stuff that made you unhappy in June. Who's Dunny? What is that?
Oh, that was a friend of mine named Fairy Dunny who left. They claimed she was another on my server, but no, not even. She's just an artist that I really like. I don't know why she left. I don't think it had anything to do with my accusations. I think she just had a similar problem to Chelsea, just severe depression.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, what the hell is it that makes them think she's a pedophile?
That one I do not know. Like others, I could kind of claim, even Brandon when I don't agree. But for Fairy Dunny, I don't know her real name, but I cannot answer that.
Interesting.
Oh wait, I think I have an idea. She posted NSFW work in a server full of minors, and
I have no idea why these people called them a pedophile. Okay. Oh, I know why. Because they posted porn in front of kids. It's like, okay, man. Okay.
I don't think she was, and I don't think she was allowed to do that.
Don't think she was allowed to do that. Wait, there's a situation where you're allowed to do that? Okay, man. Okay.
Oh, okay. Damn. Well, no, you're not allowed to do that.
Well, yeah, I know, but I don't know if she did that intentionally or accidentally, but I don't know about my... No, it wasn't my server. I didn't have that. But I heard she posted it elsewhere.
No, yeah, okay.
But then again, that was rumored. I cannot answer for the life of me if that's true or not.
So, who is Fairy Dooney? Apparently, she was just someone who posted lolicon in Ryan's server.
What the hell? What? Sorry, I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. Okay. I can't see anything. Only the white fairy Dooney. Yeah, so either what she said is a lie, or she was pressured. I believe the latter. Some people have a hard time taking criticism. You got me. As mentioned a week or so back, I was in tears reading the critique, but I needed to hear it. And you had to be blunt because it's important. Her last message was, "Femboy Hooters I really love." And this was after she was told not to post that out. Bro, okay. God damn it.
After being told not to. Even to...
Oh my god. I miss her? Bro, okay. What the hell? I was mad at her for good reasons, but I didn't want her to leave, but she lied about a situation. I recall you said something like, 1 lie equals 1,000. Yes, she said disgusting art that I didn't allow on my server. I mean, I believe because I have to. What? I don't have a reason not to. But she seemed to care more about her terrible fetishes than real friends. I hate lolly art for a good reason. It's basically child pornography in art form, bro.
Despite all of this, Ryan didn't want her to leave though, and was sad about it when she did. Even though what she was apparently posting was, and of course, Jenna Brett has always got Ryan's back, saying, "This is where my thoughts can get me killed." Jenny, what do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean?
This isn't an optional question. And if that's not bad enough, it gets worse. Like, a lot worse. Remember how I said that all this led to a police investigation? Why don't you guys just call the police?
And if you want any evidence, just ask my Discord friends. Leaked our entire Discord conversation that we ever made to my friends and to the police, who called me around Christmas of 2020, which once again was easy to debunk because there was nothing sexual going on when she was a minor.
Yeah, people have tried that. I've tried that. We've tried that multiple times. May I bring your attention back to the ban list? If you're just joining us...
I forgot about the ban list. I forgot about some of the funny ass names in the ban list. Jello Apocalypse, Gerard Khalil, Joe Biden. Okay.
Ryan had this very, very strange list. If you were on the ban list, not only could you not go into Ryan's Discord server, you were also not allowed to be talked about either. He was a hypocrite about this, but that was the established rule. And the list contains basically every drama situation he had vaguely even heard about. Now, some people I can kinda understand, like, talking about a Nissan is probably uncomfortable to anyone. Of course, others are just random lolcows that no one should care about. Like, the quartering is on this list.
Yes, quartering mentioned, a topic I would never cover.
Like, I'd love to talk about a guy who tried so hard to sell mediocre coffee that he literally ruined his entire life. There's a story there, could fill up 4 hours by itself. Of course, when we got the list, we tried to figure out who everyone was, because some of them may have had relevant experiences, testimonies, or information. However, figuring out who the more private individuals were ended up being a bit of a challenge. Former
Obscure Titan. Wait. Why do I recognize that name? Wasn't that Chatter? That was like a... I swear that was... Or unless it was a very similar name. I swear that was a Chatter last year. Whatever, I'm going crazy.
However, figuring out who the more private individuals were ended up being a bit of a challenge. Former editors were pretty easy, but like random people who made videos on Ryan were also included. And then you had this guy. Herp Doctor, also known as the Executive, or another name that I can't show you because apparently it's a racial slur, which is, you know, nice.
Okay.
At the time, we couldn't find much about them. They did seem to have a controversial history, but by 2024, when we investigated all this, most of their internet presence was already nuked. The most we could really get is they used to be a DeviantArt user. However, that was before we had the help of good old Jenny, the best investigator ever. Because she has this enchanting effect that gets Ryan to just say shit. Shit she just sat on. So Ryan goes up to Jenny and says, I found out one of my friends was a nonce. You know, like you do. And then, oh no.
Sorry, what the fuck?
You know, like you do. And then, oh.
How so? He's a second grade teacher who made sexual art of his Oh my god. Why are these just... Why is this just a pedophile cabal? Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh.
Oh, do I even want to read this? Like, he used to show me a bunch of giantess art with these girls showing their belly buttons and feet, which was stuff that I'm into. Still am, obviously. Okay. But he told me that these models were adults. Now I learned the Oh. I see now. Oh no. Of all the streams I picked for this to be the one before I go away. God damn it.
No. Oh, that's not good. So, because the story is a little bit unbelievable, Ryan has a dilemma. He needs to figure out how to prove to Jettabread that the models in the images he received were not actually adults.
Please tell me he didn't send them. Please tell me he didn't send them. Please. Please. I'm begging.
And to do that, he sends Jenny...
God fucking damn it! No. 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 That drawing above is based off of real-life second graders. There was much more explicit shit from them, but I deleted all of that. No. No. No.
An image. Now, if you're at all curious about the image attachment,
I'm
it was
not.
not archived. We never received it.
Good.
Sometimes when people archive Discord chat logs,
You don't want
a lot
to.
of images die, which is what happened here. So I am going to make this doubly, triply, super explicitly clear so everyone in the cheap seats knows what's going on. The
Okay.
investigation team did not receive this image, ever. I cannot speak to what it actually is. If Ryan is being accurate about it or if he's lying and making shit up. I don't know. And to be honest with you, I really don't want to know. However, here is the fact of the matter. At this juncture, Ryan believed that what he had was CSAM, or he was claiming that it was for no reason. What he makes it appear like is that he actually has it though. Then he sends what he says he believes to be CSAM. Because I don't know. I don't know what's going on in the pile of goo these two call brains. I mean, if there's someone who could...
I mean, it's pretty fucking obvious, Enter. I'm not gonna lie, dude. It's blatantly what the image is. It doesn't matter if it turns out that it wasn't actually that. This guy considers it CSAM and then sent it. Oh my god. Fuck. Abyssal Grey says, oh my god, Obscure Titan is a guy who made a Lio video. Okay, I thought so. I swear I remember them from Endless Community a while back. I have this awful ability to remember random names, but anyway.
Put insight to all of this, it would be Jettabread themselves, because that image probably still exists in her DMs with Ryan's old account, all images completely available for her viewing pleasure. We would have called the police on her too. Unfortunately, no one on the team knew her actual name or where she actually lived. All we knew is that she lived in jolly old England, and as long as she's not making
Would Star Giant be considered a horror cow? Abso-fucking-lutely.
Twitter joke posts, the UK government doesn't care what you do. But this also bears repeating for everyone who keeps bringing this up to me. We did call the police on Ryan here, and you're probably wondering how that turned out.
You know, in my lifetime, I think I dealt with the cops, I want to say 5 times.
Yeah.
3 were for speeding, 1 was for what happened earlier this year, and 1 time was me calling the wrong number.
When the cops came to your house, what was that like? I mean, damn, what was your... I'm just wondering.
Well, I don't know what happened the first time because I was at my job, but the next day I was off and the guy came. It was just one guy for the record. He was a detective, but I could tell he was a police officer because I saw all the official badges and stuff. And it felt like an actual interrogation. I had to show him stuff. Like he had to confirm it, and he was like, "All right, I don't think you did it."
So wait, what all did you have to show him? What was he asking for? I'm just curious. I just wondered what, like,
messages, Discord servers had to confirm some things.
Oh, okay.
He never did specify who the report was from, so it could have been anyone.
For the sake of completeness, this is what Ryan has to say about.
You would never believe who I talked to today, Yan. I can actually guess. I could actually guess, but I won't say my guess aloud. We'll cut the audience and tell you later. Fuck you.
Mr. 996 now.
Sorry, what is this? I think what I was getting at is that this second grade teacher, supposedly never sure if it was real or not, had these images of children drawn sexually. What I was listing was stuff he commissioned. It still ruined my day knowing that guy I trusted could be a potential predator. God, this guy's a fucking freak. Okay, well, in that case, when I stand by what I stand by what I state. That report thing I stand by. The double jeopardy thing I stand by no matter what you tell me. The police flat out told me they looked through everything. They determined me not guilty. Everything in that doc is more than likely stuff I defended myself on. Oh, by the way, perp doctor stuff I found out was only a rumor. What I sent in those chats weren't even sexualized images. Nothing was illegal and it wasn't based on real people. Sure, buddy. Sure. Let me have a look what you sent me. Ace, you need to stop. You need to stop, okay? Ace, you need to stop, by the way. I'm not gonna say who Ace spoke to. Ace, you need to stop.
So, there's two options here. Ryan was either spreading vile-ass rumors about someone in 2024, or he's lying to hell and back to save his own ass now. Remember, he referred to this guy as a friend, not just some random person that he heard about through the grapevine. Bringing the story back to the topic at hand, Jettabred is a person who sees nothing wrong with noncery of any variety, including Ryan's own. Because beyond knowing about Ryan's demonic thoughts, she knew about Ryan's victim Blue. And Ryan talks about Blue with Jettabred explicitly more than he has at any other time in history. Also, Jenny was like the only person who knew about Ryan's other grooming victim.
Ow, my ears, my ears, my ears. Why do you do this, Mr. Enter? Why? Hey, Yen, how's it going? How?
Yes, I said other grooming victim. Ryan has two. Actually, wait.
Great.
Let's see. There's Blue, there's Wes, there's Coda, and let's call this new one Red. Okay, so far we've discovered that Ryan has 4 grooming victims. 4 is the number when something becomes serial, right? Now, if you're wondering why my content has been a little bit sparse this year, investigating this is a good part of the reason as to why. We will be talking about Red by the end of this video. You'll know a good deal of the story by the end of all this. Again, I'm going to keep Red anonymous. You're gonna know, like, the actual story to tell by the end of this video, but once again, don't go looking them up or anything like that for their own sake. So all of that's disturbing and horrifying and maddening. You wanna know what the most sad part about all of this is? By the end of these discussions, Jettabred was souring on Ryan, and you probably want to know what was finally beyond the pale. Well, as far as I could tell, it was 3 separate things. 1, Ryan promised to stop being so obsessive about me after addressing my abuse backfired. That promise was one he couldn't keep, and he was going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And this clearly annoyed Jettabred. You know, more than the sexual thoughts that Ryan had for underage people at least. Second thing, someone asked Ryan to co-sign a loan, and he agreed, without knowing what co-signing a loan meant. And so he started panicking to hell and back, thinking that he would be on the line if this person neglected to pay back said loan, which was at least very funny to watch. But the final breaking point, the one where I could see Jedobread falling out of love, so to speak, was the whole Witches campaign. Not the crowdfunding for Madoka ripoff.
Oh, the Witches thing? Oh no.
No, it was him getting conned out of any earnings. She
Oh.
gets fully annoyed and rightfully blames Ryan for his own idiocy here. And after that, she's kind of pretty cold towards him. That might be the actual reason that we have these DMs to begin with. So I guess we can thank that campaign for one thing at least. And I get that this is all a lot, but despite going on for 10 pages about this one character, I'm just giving you the cliff notes. Like, there was a ton of other things that we uncovered in these DMs that aren't very important. Like, there's a part where Ryan believes that Native Americans are a different species, which, you know, is just what? This is a belief that he apparently still holds to this day, by the way.
What the
Spicy
fuck?
Mac and the people on the archive channel have come up with a nice name for Ryan. Red Pill Ryan, because he is surprisingly racist. Maybe that's why he hangs out with Brandon the Brony Pony. We've been going on for quite a while already, but believe it or not, this video isn't going to be entirely about Jedobread. We actually still have 2 other clowns to get to before the circus act is over. However, Coda wanted to share a few words to and about Jenny, so if you'll pardon an interlude, I'm going to give him the floor before we move on to Yoda Jax. Maddie has also already done a video on Jedobread, back when the wounds were fresh. I'd also recommend watching that if you'd like some additional context and his words on the whole situation.
Good evening. My name is Coda, editor, artist, and friend of John, and member of the Stargiant investigation team.
Why are you only in one of my ears? God damn it.
I am also ex-friends with Jedobread, and the one who she sent the DMs with Ryan to.
Top tip to people who make videos. Listen to the fucking audio with your headphones on. I beg.
I admittedly don't have terribly much to say regarding the DMs themselves that hasn't already been said by John or Maddie in their own respective videos. I would, however, given the opportunity, like to shed some more light onto what it's actually like being Jenny's friend. Because in hindsight, the similarities between her and Ryan in terms of behavior and personality are a bit more than I would have cared to admit a couple of years ago. When she first approached me, I didn't even realize that I was talking with someone on Ryan's team.
Why am I getting ASMR'd, man? Sorry, I'm really trying to listen to this, but the audio,
She
man.
had a new account on Twitter who started commenting on all of my art posts and showed up to my small-time art stream to give me tons of high love and praise. Even then, it was kind of weird. It kind of felt like love bombing in a way, but weird people on Twitter are what they are, so this didn't really stand out to me at the time as something more. On this new account, she went under the name Binkjin, or maybe Binkgin, I don't think it really matters. They are the same person as admitted here, and going forward, I'll just be referring to them as Jenny. Late 2022, she joined my Discord server, messaged me about getting some art. She had me help design her a new persona form, and everything was mostly normal, except for the part where she started going off about buyer's remorse, despite apparently really wanting this stuff for me. I ended up shrugging it off, and we talked for like another year or so, on and off. Although when I say we talked, it was more so her coming into my DMs be like, hey, wanna be friends? Hey, why don't you come around in your server more? And I'm like, yo, I have like work and stuff and life. And also, you're not really bringing any conversation topics for me to work with, so... Up to now, this kind of comes off as an odd person who doesn't really know how to socialize well, but so is like half of everyone else on the internet. Hell, I've been there. Then one day she sends me this emotional event wall. Keep in mind, by this point, we still weren't really close at all. This kind of just came out of nowhere, and I was really unprepared for it, and had like no idea how to react to it at the time. Then the next day comes around, and she's messaging me again, demanding to know why I'm not liking her posts or replying to her or following her on Twitter or whatever, saying I'm ignoring her, and I'm like, yo, I still barely know who you are, and it's been like a year, and you made no effort to really bother to talk to me aside from just be like, hey, wanna be friends? Oh, hey, wanna be friends? Like, I'll follow you, can you follow me? Like, here's my Twitter, like, come on, bro. And then I kind of explained this to her, and she's like, yeah, alright, whatever, I'm not mad, just kind of wondering. And then the next day she does it again, and at this point I'm straight up like, yo, this parasocial clingy bullshit is getting on my nerves, you need to like stop. And then, you know, she goes on her little pity party of like, oh, I feel so left out, you know, why do you give other people attention? And
I'm a bit, I don't know why this is particularly in here. Was Kota a minor during this? This goes on for a while, okay. I'll give it a chance. I'll give it a chance.
It's not fair. And then casually she just decides she's gonna drop the mask, but she's gonna do it in like this really weird way where she's trying to keep it like, oh, a bit of a mystery, like, ooh, you know, we have a bit of a backstory, you know, believe it or not, and like just equals into the camera. It's like, oh, our past selves interact, but our bosses did, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck, this ain't slick. She tells me she's Jedobread, she tells me that she like edits sometimes and also did like an intro for Ryan when he was too lazy to do it himself. And at this point, I'm kind of conflicted because like the past year she's already proven herself to be like kind of parasocial, annoying little bitch, but also this person from Ryan's circle has specifically come out to seek me. So in my head, I'm kind of thinking,
interesting.
She just like has like an actual fucking friend, because God knows how Ryan treated her, right? Maybe she'll even like get away from Ryan and like maybe learn some more normal behavior. So you know, I was really naive back then, and I still regret it. And in the times that we were closer like this, she didn't. get better. Not really. In fact, it probably got even worse. A lot of her behavior was already documented in Maddie's video and his own experiences with Jenny. She talked a lot about like not getting commissions, and me specifically, how I got more commissions than her. It was always like, oh my god, you're so much younger than me, and yet you get all these commissions, and I only get like one,
Okay,
or, like 2 cancel. Like, how do you get so much business but you're so young? And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Just the art game is what it is. She even went out of her way at one point to point out a specific user on the internet, be like, oh my god, this person has so many commissions in the gallery, and they like commissioned you, and they commissioned all these other artists, but I can't get them to commission me. Like why does nobody want to buy from me? And I'm like, okay, I won't comment on like
that's so
art
fucking
specifically,
pathetic,
because art has
man.
always been a subjective thing to me, and honestly, even finding the confidence and self-worth to put your own work online and charge for it is an achievement in and of itself. But complaining about not getting work, and especially pointing out other users for it, is tacky and generally a poor look. And to me, at least, it was obvious that she was still like learning the art game, the social game. Like, everything was always about the numbers to her, which I get, that's just how social
Put on
media
2 times
works. It's all
speed.
about numbers
Okay.
with that. But like, she was expecting to be on the levels of like popular artists in the community like immediately when she was only at like a few hundred or whatever. Even when she did get more followers on Twitter or whatever, she was still upset that she wasn't getting the engagement she was looking for. She'd go on and on about being super jealous about me and my apparent success because I get social numbers for drawing dumbass fur babies for a niche audience on the internet, and she doesn't. And I'm friends with a YouTuber who talks about cartoons who gets more numbers than Ryan did. I don't know how this makes me worthy of being jealous over, but here we fucking are. I guess I don't know. It was invasive enough to the point where apparently she's having dreams about me. I shouldn't have to say that this conversation over me was creepy, right? Because I was a little creeped out by it. And in retrospect, it makes certain conversations and moments that we had kinda weird. Like Ryan, she sometimes had a tendency to overshare stuff that she really shouldn't. Stuff about her personal life, her personal like body issues, you know, that kind of thing. And oftentimes she would fixate on romance specifically. Like, she was again jealous over like me and Wes's relationship. That alone was kind of whatever to me at the time. But then I look back on moments like this. Now, the place that the screenshot was taken from is an explicitly adult place, and we're adults talking about adult things. You can kind of fill in the gaps here, I think. I go back and forth whether or not I consider this some kind of harassment towards me. Considering just how parasocial she's been throughout our entire time talking with each other, it makes me wonder. I do feel like her forward nature is kind of boundary pushing here.
Hi, Aaron.
Considering her conversations with Ryan that were going on. Oh yeah, funny story. In trying to get Ryan to make up and be friends with me, she had Ryan make a new alt and a new persona form for himself, which I recognized almost immediately because the hairstyle was like the exact same as Ryan's normal avatar. I'm guessing character design is just neither of these person's strong suit. Now, the idea of bringing Ryan into a community that he outwardly called creepy in his addressing my abuse video kind of made me feel a little icky. But at the time, I didn't know all the other surrounding bullshit that Ryan was a part of, and there was still a part of me that somehow thought maybe he could possibly change to just not be a dick, so I didn't really say much about it at the time. Not a whole lot really came of Jenny trying to get the two of us to be friends again. Ryan did end up in a voice call with me though, for like a few minutes to watch an art stream in a mutual group that we were in.
Interesting.
Because he didn't want to start shit, and he knew that I would recognize him immediately. Even in dealing with all of Jenny's bullshit, I still tried to be the best friend to her that I could be. When the March video dropped, I was there with her in DMs, just trying to make sure she was okay, because I didn't know really what she was like with Ryan behind the scenes. I didn't know how much she actually knew.
For the record, I believe Koza was a minor at these interactions. Okay, that makes a bit more sense on why this is here. Okay, thank you. Thank you for actually saying that. Because I couldn't actually tell. Either way, right, it's entirely, like, weirdly parasocial. And incredibly, like, weird, disgusting why they're even having these conversations with someone like this. I don't know.
I was there just trying to reassure her, like, hey, you know, it's just gonna be fine, you know? We're gonna be here for you if you need, like, counseling or whatever for your friend being a total piece of garbage. And then she sent over her DM logs, which if only any of us actually had, like, decent equipment to actually read the shit at the time, like, goddamn, if only we knew. Because I could say, if I saw, like, half the shit that was in those logs, that friendship would have been over, like, right then and there, I swear to God. Like, if I knew, like, how persistent she was about, like, getting Ryan into, like, our shared little thing, like, I genuinely felt secondhand embarrassment when John and the team were reading through all that. I felt secondhand embarrassment reading the uncut fucking testimony that she did for addressing my abuse. Like, how she tried to describe that, I didn't need to see that. As it turned out, though, I didn't need any of that information at the time to break things off with her, because only, like, a few months later, I ended up not being friends with her anymore, because I found out how much of a piece of shit that she was being in a mutual group that we were in. Based. Game nights because she wasn't getting things her way, she started stealing from other people, being really sad, posting and bitching more about not getting commissions and comparing herself to me, taking advantage of another person in the group that we were both friends with to keep being toxic in the group, and then not being honest with me when I tried to confront her about it. And then talking with my other friends helped me realize that, hey, you know, this person is being kind of weird with you, she's kind of taking advantage of you, you know, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna bring things off with her. And then when I finally do, and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm gonna finish this trade that we're working on, and then we're done. This is not a healthy thing, you know, you're not mentally well, I feel like being around me is just gonna make you worse. And then she starts being like, no, please be.
What the fuck is that? Sorry, let me read some of this. I don't think continuing a friendship is going to be healthy for either of us after all that's happened. It will be, I promise. I just need to walk away from social media for the time being. Please don't go. I've been talking to Bobby. You have attachment issues you seriously need to work through for one, and me staying around is only going to make that worse. But I can work it through. I know I have issues. I don't want to lose everyone. And we both know I'm not going to be able to look at you the same way after looking through everything that you've said and how things were treated. Oh, Coda, the history. Oh, what the hell? Are you gonna finish that trade at least? It's in a colored state, just need a background of some kind, and you did already finish your part, so yes, so I believe doing that much is only fair. I can't believe this. This is a grown-ass adult. What the hell, man?
a healthy thing. You know, you're not mentally well. I feel like being around me is just gonna make you worse. And then she starts being like, no, please be friends with me. Please be friends with me. And I'm like, no, you know, this shit that you're doing with other people, you're being really mean. Like these other people that I care about, like I just can't have that. And she gets all sad posty and like guilt trippy. And then the last conversation that we had, she self-admittedly gets drunk and then tries to guilt trip me some more.
What
be
the
like,
hell?
I'm keeping around, you know, you want to be friends with me, and then starts screaming at me and then tries to bring
That's
Dar
so
into our
weird.
personal shit. Someone who I personally have never really talked to and had absolutely nothing to do with why I was breaking things off with her. If my energy seems a little up and down in this recording, I had to take a lot of breaks. I had to try to like hype myself back up. Thinking about Jenny again is really difficult. Like even after we stopped being friends, there was still a part of me it's like, okay, she's still a victim of Ryan in some way, shape, or form. She was probably conditioned by him to act this way, and maybe she was. I didn't know to what extent until John was finally able to get those like DMs open in a way that didn't completely crash everything. And then we all read through them, and I wanted to die. Jenny, if you're still online and watching this, I hope you realize that you only have yourself to blame for whatever reputation that you have at this point. You have people who wanted to help you, and you pushed them all away, and instead you put your trust into a mentally deranged person who's done like genuinely heinous shit. You say that I'm a tough nut to crack for not giving you the attention you want? Maybe this is why I don't bother giving people much attention and go out talking to people anymore. Because the people who vie for my attention as much as you did turn out to be crazy motherfuckers who get into some crazy fucked up shit.
Real.
I don't want anything to do with
So fucking real.
Not knowing about. You wanted my attention so badly? You got it. You got me to open up to you, and you showed me why it was a bad idea. Twice. So I hope you're happy.
And to anybody out there who shits on her, claim that they know the
Oh shit, okay. I'll, fuck me. Okay. I wish I knew that they were, allegedly underage a bit sooner. Because Jesus Christ, man. Either way, right? Either way, that's incredibly insane. It's hovering around a minor, if the minor claim is correct, if I'm understanding that right. Either way, it's obsessive, this person is unhealthy, and it's overall clingy and quite disgusting, to be honest.
She is. Take it from someone who knows her in the real world. Yeah, that's right. I know Rebecca outside the internet. As a matter of fact, we're neighbors.
The team and I started with a place of sympathy for Yoda Jax. He was in a position that I wouldn't envy anyone to be in. I wouldn't say it was easy to get everyone else away from Star Giant, but there was a simplicity in the action. Through the internet, all you have to do is just stop talking to the guy. Just block him on all channels. End of story. However, there was a complication with Yoda Jax. He lives near Ryan. Not quite next door, but close enough that they know each other in real life, and they frequently hang out in person. And considering that Ryan is more than a little bit unpredictable, and more than a little bit very unstable, we can, to an extent, accept keeping the peace for safety purposes. And Ryan does not treat Yoda Jax well, at all. At this point in time, I don't like Yoda Jax. I have no
wait, that was the uncensored questions, okay. Okay, yeah.
At all. At this point in time, I don't like Yoda Jax. I have no sympathy for Yoda Jax, but I'm not going to lie to you, and Ryan treats Yoda Jax horribly. I'm going to let the chips fall where the truth makes them land, because to be honest with you, it tells a worse story than if I were to make Yoda Jax look like a person with no willful agency of his own. This also applies to Chelsea as well. Ryan made a plan this year, a big surprise for Jackson's birthday. Ryan was gonna get them to move out with another work friend named Julian. Julian is unimportant.
Sorry, what? What made you decide to do this? I thought you said you were comfortable living in your house with your mom. My job is ending and I need a new one. I discussed this with Julian and we both want this. We're surprising Jackson on his birthday this idea. If we pull $6 grand a month combined, we can live on our own. Julian has family problems. Also, he can what? So he can escape finally. Okay.
Was gonna get them to move out with another work friend named Julian.
Okay. Nice.
Julian is unimportant, don't worry about him right now.
Okay.
Ryan was just gonna spring this on Jackson. All they needed was $6,000 a month.
Easy.
For some reason. This also ignores the minor little detail where—
Why do you need $6 grand a month for, what, to rent somewhere? Really? What? Like, I get it, right? If you're buying, I don't know, like, what, are you getting, I don't know, I don't think I've heard of much places where it's $6,000 for rent for like a semi-detached, for example. That's insane.
Ryan just recently got laid off from his job and is living on unemployment, which he uses to go to conventions and trauma dump on celebrities. Someone warned Chugga Conroy, by the way. He's one of the celebrities that Ryan wants to hit up. Despite, you know, and I know what you're thinking. Ryan has gone on record saying that he hates people who mooch off the government. But to the people who say that, you're wrong. Ryan hates disability. Unemployment is fine because Ryan Kraleski actually gets that. As I mentioned, Ryan blamed Yoda Jax for thinking Toon Critic could be forgiven. He blamed Yoda Jax for making him spend too much on fast food. If there's blame to be passed, Yoda Jax is the first guy to get it. And with all that being said, we thought that we should inform Yoda Jax about this little habit of Ryan's. But Yoda Jax repeatedly proved that he doesn't want to talk to us. We tried multiple angles, multiple approaches, multiple people, and every single time, we were shut down. Are you still friends with Stargiant? I don't like talking about personal issues, thank you. I don't want to talk about this. It's not my business to get involved. Let me deal.
The Stargiant Archive channel is live streaming right now, and they're talking about Dead Winged Dork, lol. Really? Why? That's so random. I'll have a look in a sec.
Deal with this in my own way, please. If you're wondering, Jackson's way of dealing with this in his own way is to not deal with this at all and still remain besties with Ryan.
I think to cheer Jackson up, I was going to do a top 10 worst and best South Park episodes for his birthday.
Oh, really?
As of last week, he was sitting on the couch with the guy watching South Park. Let me be blunt. In this game, there is no neutral move. You cannot be friends with an outed groomer, and now a self-admitted nonce, and be a neutral party. This is very much a, you're either without Ryan, or we're all very much against you. You either kick a groomer to the curb, or you're a groomer apologist. Plain and simple. It'd be one thing if Jax didn't believe the evidence, but he very much knows the state that Ryan's life is in. They recently went to a convention. Ryan recently got a photograph with voice actor Katie Griffin. She apparently wanted to post it to Instagram, but Jackson managed to convince the both of them not to post it, because Jackson knows that if Ryan posted it, it would be controversial, because Jackson knows that Ryan is a groomer, and by all accounts, he's completely 100% A-okay with that. This is despite the fact that Ryan doesn't give two shits about Jackson or what he thinks.
That's
After this event, Ryan was very disappointed and he kept getting hung up on it. He was so disappointed that he went behind Jackson's back and went back to the convention. On his own. This is an hours-long drive, by the way. You know, despite him complaining about gas prices all the time. It's okay, I guess. It's not Ryan's money, it's free money from the government. Or from the taxpayers, I guess. Ryan then paid to get into the convention again, and paid for another photograph with Katie Griffin, which he had her post to Instagram, which led to the exact same backlash that Jackson thought would happen when Crimson raised the alarm. Yes, this really did happen. Here's the first photo, and here's the second one.
I feel sorry for her.
Crossplay, but the second one is a lot rougher, a lot messier, like he put it back on in a hurry. Also, let's not ignore the minor little detail of Ryan cross-dressing, while thinking that when other people do it or talk about it, it's perverted. It's not my business to get involved. Yes, it is, Jackson. Yes, it is. Let me state this in plain text.
This guy's a creature.
Ryan's life was blown up because he was friendly with an outed and admitted groomer named Necopon. He let her stay in his circles. In your circles, Jackson. Jackson, it is just as much your business to get involved in this as it was his business to get involved with Necopon. There are no neutral moves here. There's no, I don't want to play this game. I would say that you're guilty of the exact same sin, but that's not entirely true. You're guilty of worse, Jackson. See, Ryan fervently defended Necopon's actions. While he never quite said that she was innocent, he always said that he couldn't determine that she was guilty without the court's approval. You know, at least in public. However, on Jackson's end, with the action that he took over this convention, shows that he knows something is up in Ryan's life. I have no idea why anyone on Earth would go to bat so hard for Ryan Kuleski, the admitted nonsense groomer. Actually, that's not entirely true, because there is one person we do know about who would do so. But they did it because they called him her soulmate.
I don't fucking understand how insane you have to be to sweep for a guy like that. That is beyond deranged.
Is that what's going on here, Jackson? Is that why you're doing this? And it's probably the better option, because the other one is that Jackson is truly amoral, truly heartless, and doesn't care about the very real people that Ryan hurt. The minors that Ryan hurt. The people Ryan hurt, who once called Jackson a friend. I don't like talking about personal issues. Except you fucking do, you fucking jackass. Or do you only like doing it when Ryan asks you to?
One thing I know about Rebecca is that she likes to put effort into changing herself. So if you claim Rebecca is a bad person, I say, get a reality check.
Jackson testified in addressing my abuse. He has no excuse. He does not get to play the I don't want to get involved in drama while appearing in the worst drama video ever made. Let me put it this way. Maddie doesn't like talking about drama either, but he still gives Stargiant updates when it's important for him to do so. Like Jetta Bread and later Chelsea to the Curb. And speaking of that video, let me be a petty little bitch for a second here. Let's take a look at the testimony again, shall we? I've ignored it before, but because I really hate Jackson, let's do this.
I worked on the premise from about 2013 to 2015, and around that time, I was a watcher of Mr. Renter. He seemed like an expert on what made both shows work, so I thought I would ask him for advice on ins and outs of what I could do. I sent him a note on DeviantArt, but he didn't respond.
So here's every single DM that Jackson ever sent me on DeviantArt.
What? Really? Okay.
From over a decade ago, our only
Holy shit, 2014? Oh my god, Unk.
correspondence ever was from 2014. The first message that he ever sent me was asking me to review his fanfiction, which
Okay.
at that point in history, I'm pretty sure I said I would never review fanfictions because I did say yes to someone else, and they kept nagging me to get around to it with like 50 messages per day, and it kind
Oh
of
my
drove
God.
me insane. What'd you say, Jackson?
I sent him a note on DeviantArt, but he didn't respond.
Really? I never
Interesting.
responded. So what's this then? Even after my refusal, saying that I wasn't going to look at it, he asks again.
I thought I was pestering him at one point in time. So I said that I was sorry, and to my surprise, he actually accepted and messaged me.
Then
No, the YouTuber said no. No, the YouTuber isn't just like a puppet, okay? They're not like this random like or like holy being, okay? That's not really a person that can't say no. How dare they? How dare they? God. Oh my god. And this is why you should never idolize YouTubers. Oh my god.
does accurately recount apologizing to me. However, this apology is fake and undercut because in the same message, he asks to collab with me because Yoda Jax is a parasocial fish. I prefer to work alone. He goes, really? 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 Yeah, buddy, go home. I'm making all these DMs public, by the way, so have fun with that, Jackson. And we can see how clearly inaccurate this testimony is. To some extent, I don't really blame Jackson for his testimony being wrong. These messages were exchanged in April of 2014. Addressing my abuse came out in February of 2023. It's very easy to misremember over a period of nearly a decade, even though he should have been theoretically able to gather these DMs as easily as I could. On the other hand, it's very, very hard for me to not blame Jackson because he held on to this butchering recounting of events
Oh god. Yoda Jax's mom apparently bought a cameo from Susan Egan, the voice of Rose Quartz from Steven Universe, as a birthday gift to him. Beckett watched most of it on his stream, Lamau. I feel bad for Susan Egan. Do you have that? That sounds hilarious. What the hell? Okay. How do we even have that?
9 years. Let me put it this way. Even if Jackson's story was accurate, it would still be horribly pathetic. But the fact that it's not accurate is almost as pathetic as Jackson going to conventions wearing his Animation Acre shirt. You see, like Ryan, he has merchandise shirts that he's not selling, that he just wears around to advertise his own little pet projects. These two really are a match made in hell. And despite it all, through our efforts, we actually finally did manage to get a reaction out of Jackson.
See, that's why if I did yen merch, it would be awesome, okay? It'll be Kino, okay? Probably would never do it, okay? But it's still a funny idea.
You want to know what finally happened to make him actually engage in the situation? So, you know how I've been telling all of you guys that this guy's been hanging out with an admitted groomer? Yeah, that's how we did it. Crimson once again raised the alarm and let everyone know what choice Jackson made. Because, despite Jackson denying it, it was very much a choice. And he kind of flipped the fuck out.
You ready to talk about Jackson?
Sure, yeah, let's talk about Jackson.
Adam, the Crimson Ham, I'll just call him, or Crimson, made a tweet trying to say that Jackson's that he's partnered with a groomer, and he used a picture of when we were meeting Ariel earlier this year.
Yeah.
I didn't post. Now, I never posted that to anyone on social media except Chelsea, but
The cameo cost $2,000? Oh my god, man. Really? That's deranged. Oh my god.
Jackson apparently posted his picture up, and Crimson decided to use that specific photo to target him.
Yeah.
Why he waited now to target, I do not understand. Like, that's something I legit do not know.
Yeah, it's crazy, because I feel like Jackson's a bit of a background character in your whole thing anyway.
No, they're trying to say that I'm constantly talking like I know they've always been trying to target Jackson, but this is definitely the biggest they've ever targeted him.
No, I get that, yeah. But no. Well, I guess, how has Jackson been holding up, I guess, since this morning, since, you told me all that stuff?
He texted me a bunch of stuff, and I decided to call him, and
Correction, the cost is like $100. I was gonna say, man, holy shit, okay.
even though I couldn't see his face, I could tell he was crying.
Yeah.
He blocked Crimson during the call, and I told him two things. 1, block him, or 2, talk to him directly to solve this issue.
Yeah.
Jackson's on board with me suing.
Really?
Yeah, so if I really want to go through with it, then I have his support finally.
It is beyond clear to me that Jackson doesn't care about grooming. He doesn't care about abuse. He doesn't care about anything. Because here's the fun part. He didn't have any reaction to anything no matter what we told him. However, the news breaks that he's friends with said groomer, and a podcast he's on has a discussion with him.
Ooh.
Jackson apparently decides to stick with Ryan even through that, and gets himself kicked off of said podcast.
Let's read this. Let's read this. Hey guys, this is Irish Husky from Cartoon Chatterbox with an important announcement. It has recently come to our attention that one of our co-hosts, Jackson, aka Yoda Jax, has maintained a friendship with Ryan Kleski, aka Stargiant Productions. Ryan has engaged in inappropriate, unprofessional, and even illegal behavior, all of which has been heavily documented and verified by several sources over the last 2 years. In spite of this, Jackson has continued to associate with Ryan and has even appeared in some of his videos in that time. As soon as we found this out, we immediately confronted Jackson, explaining in no uncertain terms that he could either cut ties with Ryan, or he could be cut from our podcast. Ultimately, Jackson chose the latter, refusing to end his friendship with Ryan despite the mountains of evidence against him. To say that we are disappointed in this decision would be an understatement, but because of this, we have made a decision to immediately ban Jackson from the podcast going forward. For the foreseeable future, the podcast will consist of only Wesley, Carrick, and myself. Oh my god, dude.
And after all of that, now he wants to sue Crimson Mayhem. Like, here's the meme. I understand that the obvious defense is what I stated at the beginning. Ryan and Jackson live near each other, so blah 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 blah. 1, even with that fact, Jackson could have worked with us, without telling Ryan anything, like our next suspect did. 2, this whole event actually did lead to a bit of a spat, where Ryan and Jackson almost broke up, because Jackson's mother and sister actually found Ryan to be a bad influence. But in the most heartwarming, demented love story that I've
Why are the parents seem to be like the only sane people in any of this situation? Like, oh my god.
ever heard, Jackson made up with his soulmate, deciding that it literally didn't matter if everyone else in his life hated him, and
Oh my
wanted nothing
God.
to do with him. Ryan, the grooming narcissistic nonce who abuses everyone, including Jackson, is just that valuable to Jackson's pathetic middling life. What else does he have in it, really? A fanfiction that he's been working on for 10 years that he pays celebs on Cameo to read?
No way, man. Oh my god. Wait, Jackson Lennox. Okay, hold on. This is the channel. Is it still up? Lennox. Jackson Lennox. He's a 3.5k channel. Oh god, they're still here. Okay. We'll have a look at this in a bit.
Alright, fine, Jackson, you can have...
Ah, fuck it. Do it right now. Doing it right now. I can't wait. Okay. Pop you there. Tabitha St. Germain's cameo. Princess Luna's message to Spike.
Dragon youngling, my dear Spike, this is Princess Luna of Equestria.
Oh god.
Now, you may remember me from your dreams, or this visit may come as a bit of a surprise. But it's come to my attention that you're not feeling appreciated and loved as I think
Oh god.
you very much deserve.
Oh
And
no.
I understand the reasons for this. Sometimes we are perceived by others to be so strong that we need no attention.
Bro.
And this is because we ourselves give off an energy of not needing help or not needing
Dude.
anyone. And we do this
There's no shot.
in a way to defend our own vulnerability. And in this I'm speaking from experience, for you and I are very, very much alike. My dear Spike, my dear youngling, you must know that
Bro.
when you feel underappreciated, the very first thing that you must do is to give appreciation.
Okay. Is there any more? I'm actually really curious. Pinocchio bar scene. Fan dub. Hold on, we need to see this. Hold on. I'm so scared.
Just like for me, a high silk hat and a silver cane. Oh, what's
Fan
a
dub.
diamond chain. Hi diddly day. An actor's life is
Oh
me.
god.
It's great to be a celebrity. An actor's life for me. And the dummy fell for it.
Okay, bro. Okay, pack it up. Pack it up. Is there any more of the cameos? Okay, here we go. Oh no. And feedback on Animation Acres. That's her. I feel bad, right? But that is a horrific stare. That is a horrific thumbnail.
Hey Jackson, Susan here. First off, thank you so much for reaching out. I'm completely flattered that you would even think of me. And also, I'm completely impressed with everything that you've been doing
Oh
on
god.
DeviantArt.
No,
and
no.
thank you for educating me as well. I often get some, fan art from DeviantArt, but I didn't really understand what the platform was, and it was really fun to deep dive
No,
into
Susan, don't go on DeviantArt. No. Susan, run! Susan, run!
everything that you've been doing there. And everybody loves a mashup. Everybody loves seeing characters that they know and love pulled together in different scenarios, and it's just completely creative, and it just blows me away. I love creativity,
No
as you
more
can
begging
imagine,
you, suffer.
and I just get inspired by people who are taking it on. So listen, you're talking about a pep talk, and the thing is this: I'm a lot older than you. And
This is
I do a lot of
sad.
master classes with students. And so sometimes what I have to say,
Oh, this is the voice of Rose Quartz? Oh god.
it is all meant to kind of open your eyes and to expand your vision a little bit, even if it might not be exactly what
We'll
you want to
speed
hear.
Susan up a bit,
But
and then we'll get back to
comes
it.
from a place of experience. So I definitely thought my career was going to look a certain way. And I spent, several years sort of pushing it that direction. And I've got friends that are contemporaries of mine in the industry, some whose careers have just sort of unfolded
Susan's
organically,
incredible
and
pain.
some who've really pushed directions that they felt like they should be in. Both of them are successful.
Okay, what's her feedback on his shitty fucking Animation Acres thing?
Keep going for it, but make sure that you're doing it because of your love for it.
She's 56. Does this count as elder abuse? Yes.
Will come to write for them instead of them. There's a green box right in front of you, and I wish you would open the lid because your dreams are inside. Sometimes opportunities come in ways.
Okay,
and people who encounter your work will enjoy it. And
what's the feedback?
And you're encountering people that you may not even. In 2023, open your eyes. If it might be a very dim sound, but opportunities. And who knows the natural flow of the projects that encounter them on how giving it the weight that that you could. There are people who are fans of you already. So that's what I say to you. Open your mind, take a look what's around you, maybe start trying some other directions with some other friends that you've made. Get that with those creative juices.
Yeah, with Stargiant Productions, your good friend. Thanks, Susan.
Flowing, because the things that are the biggest successes in the world are oftentimes accidents and not the projects we initially started searching for. Does that make sense? Oh my gosh, I'm sending you the absolute best. Happy 2023. Oh, isn't this amazing? It's my favorite part because it's true. You are gonna have an amazing year. And
I guess, bro. I guess, bro. Check DMs. Okay, fine. Okay, fucking hell. Watch this in the stream. What? What do you want, Faff? Faff, you're being gay. What do you want from me?
You can have them all to yourself. You just gotta pay the toll. You don't get anything else. No respect, no reputation, and at this point, no peace. Fuck.
Have a Gideon thing? Ugh. Okay. I might look at that next stream, okay?
Go ahead, try suing.
Thank you.
Sue
Thank
me
you,
for
thank
what
you.
it's worth. The problem that you got doing that is that everything you're accused of is absolutely true. And at this point, all this information is in public interest. Jackson, you associate with a groomer. That means you are a public danger. I don't know if you're helping them. I don't know what you know. Like, the other option here is that Ryan has significant amount of dirt on you, which makes me wonder what the fuck you've done. What I do know is that you're trying to help him return to the internet. You're appearing in his videos. Jackson, the lesson that you have to learn in life, the hard way apparently, is that if you lie down with dogs, you will get fleas. When you say, I don't want to get into drama, I can understand that. Nobody does. Here's what you absolutely have to do if you don't want to get into drama. Throw Ryan to the curb. Then guess what? There's a significant chance that you'll never be in drama again.
I don't understand this ideology, right? You find out your friend's a pedophile or a groomer, right? And you're like, oh, but it's not my friend. They can, they can make their way through this. Oh, fuck off. No. Yeah. No. No. They can go heal in therapy.
Have peace. Ryan didn't want to deal with Nekopon, and I
And the
certainly
prison
didn't want to
cell.
fucking deal with Ryan. Here's how life works. Sometimes it puts a hard choice on your plate. Sometimes it throws complications at you, and you need to deal with it like a fucking adult. Not this pissy, mealy-mouthed, cowardly bullshit. And if you can't deal with that logic of reality shit, get lost, get help, or get bent.
And of course, Rebecca. They were the ones that I trusted the most to help me out with my problems, and they really got me through a lot.
Believe it or not, originally this entire video was going to be just about Cartoon Gal, or as I
Oh,
like to call
God.
her, Chelsea the Little Liar.
I'm
As it
scared.
turned out, giving context for the other two people proved to be a bit too important to leave this just as a solo takedown. Chelsea is someone that I am very much not
scared.
happy with. I guess maybe there's one teeny tiny thing that Ryan and I do have in common. I don't like liars very much myself. Jenny was insane. Jackson, morally bankrupt. Chelsea, however, is something else entirely. Surprisingly devious. Which, on the face of it, does sound incredibly absurd. To remind you who this is, she is Miss ASMR. Her testimony in addressing
I'm already scared because of that username. I'm already scared.
abuse was the one where she went on and on about her abusive mother exploring her fart fetish at a school event.
What the fuck? What? Are these people all bonded by fetish shit? What?
Like when...
Sorry, I have to re-listen to that. What do you mean, bro?
To remind you who this is, she is Miss ASMR. Her testimony in addressing my abuse was the one where she went on and on about her abusive mother exploring her fart fetish at a school event.
Huh? Okay. When I love you. God fucking damn it.
Like when things got really bad with my mom, and whenever she got all violent and started yelling or farting around the house.
She can cut that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Horrible thing that happened to you. But what a sentence. What a fucking sentence, dude. I'm sorry.
And whenever she got all violent and started yelling or farting around the house.
God, man. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Or whenever I get a really bad memory of her, Rebecca always listened to me and calmed me down.
To somehow prove that
Bosnian fart mom. God damn it.
Ryan was good at getting social cues. Like with Jackson, we did try to reach out to her multiple times. You know what, I actually already recorded this part, so let's just hit you with a recap of how that went. We tried to reach out to Chelsea. You know, the woman who was traumatized by her mother farting in a school, and who is completely loyal to Ryan despite everything. In the production of this video, we actually learned that Ryan and Cartoon Gal are actually a match made in heaven. Maddie reached
Hello, Ivy.
Hello. I feel like I need to clarify that. So, apparently, the reason that the mother had a fart fetish was because her ex-boyfriend, yeah, I think it was boyfriend, who died in the Bosnian War, stunk. I'm not making that up. That was in the last one.
What the fuck?
That was in the original interview.
What the fuck?
Hence, Bosnian fart mom.
The boss. I've heard about, like, war-related PTSD, but I've never heard... Okay.
I bring the most cursed context.
Made you a drawing, Yen? It's in DMs? Okay. Thank you, Ivy. What have you given me? Oh my god, what is this creature? Hold on. Oh my god, this is so cute. Please, can I win? No, I can't win. I can't win. This is fucked up, man. This is so fucked up. God damn it. Thank you. Thank you, Embry.
out to her. His first message to her in over a year, mind you. And her reaction was to ask him for $150. Just straight up. Why did she want $150?
Also, Chelsea's mum told her that Santa Claus cost 911. Fuck's sake.
$50 because she wanted to commission someone to write her dream project. Maddie, ever the curious person that he was, gave her $20, basically just to see what would happen. And to tell you the truth, not much happened after that. So basically, he was out $20.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks later, we had Grace reach out to Cartoon Gal, and Cartoon Gal copy-pasted the same fucking message asking for money about this dream story of Sheila from Time Squad on a weight gain journey.
Oh my god.
So, Maddie gave Chelsea $20, and Chelsea asked Grace for an additional $70, even though the total was $150. This means that Chelsea was probably also asking other people for money for this fetish story. Like, just...
St. Nicholas hit the Pentagon. Ho, ho, ho. Jesus.
Right out of the blue, the first message they send to her. If you're curious, Chelsea is very insistent that it's not actually a fetish story, but it's about body positivity. That, you know,
Of course.
just looks like a fetish story that is written by a fetish writer. And, you know, she's
True.
getting married to a man whose entire identity is wrapped around his fetish. I cut that part out of the last Star Giant video for reasons that we'll get to. So, what happened after that? Well, an ex-partner of Chelsea's implored us to try again, claiming that Chelsea was just an innocent little bean who was just stuck under Ryan's thumb. He's a big, bad, evil man with hypnotizing brainwashing powers, and Chelsea has no agency of her own.
I stand by this. I went through the comments of my older stuff, and people really did love what I said back then. It's just, when an evil person hypnotizes them, they're gonna change their minds.
And Chelsea was so stuck under his thumb that these two were engaged to be wed, apparently. Couldn't hurt to try again, right?
Oh.
To be fair, this did lead us to some important crossroads. We eventually got through to Chelsea, and we told her to stop e-begging me or the team. Which, according to Maddie's video on this whole endeavor, she actually didn't stick to, so I guess that's another lie. I guess it's more important to ask him for Funko Pops than to keep a promise. We eventually built up a rapport with her, and we presented her with evidence of Ryan's wrongdoings, just in case somehow she had no idea what was going on. During this time, she did tell us that she actually didn't like Ryan, calling him Satan, and by her own words, postponing that planned wedding by years. Over time, she shot a lot of insults at Ryan, so it started to build the established story.
Oh
At
god.
this time, Chelsea
You guys are,
essentially-
like, informing me, like, of so much shit. I probably already knew this stuff, right? But, like, my memory or my mind protected me. Also, Chelsea is very similar to her mom. She has a fart fetish without the R. Oh god. God damn it.
agreed to give us information.
And guys, we've been streaming for 2 hours, okay? Guys, there are, like, what, 80 of you currently watching? If you guys like seeing me suffer and enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. I want to try and hit 1.8k by the end of the month. I think we can do it. We're not very far off. If you really want to, you can donate. It helps the channel a lot, but you guys just being here is more than enough. You can get memberships, blah, 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 blah. They give you fun little emotes. If you couldn't tell, I'm dying inside. I'm dying inside. God fucking damn it.
i.e. be the mole. And I know what you're probably thinking, but here's the really fun and funny part about all of this. It was never necessary and it never did anything. As I mentioned at the beginning, we had Mac, and Mac knew how to ask all of the right questions to get Ryan to talk about anything. Way too much. Beyond that, since my last video, there was another unlikely hero in our midst. In that video, I called out Star Wars Fan for associating with Ryan, and when I did so, he fled the coop. And I know what kind of work that is, but here's his defense. Since then, Star Wars Fan has gone above and beyond being helpful to me and the team. He's given us all kinds of scripts, the direct audio of Ryan giving some kind of venting response to my video of March 2024.
Hey, remember when Mr. Enter said it's wrong to accuse people without proof? Now he did the same thing for me. He accused me both in 2021 being an asshole and 2024 being a file. I did not do anything.
Stuff that even Mac didn't get. He also gave us plenty of additional information, and has also claimed that Ryan hasn't treated him the best either. My team and I have been in contact with Star Wars fans since late last year. So you Twitter idiots, take heed. It is literally resolved by all of the people involved. Legit, no one important cares anymore. With that all being said, in November of last year, with what we discovered in the Jedobread logs, it became high priority for Chelsea's sake to get her to break it off with Ryan completely. The Jedobread logs revealed that Ryan was a person who would send CSAM to people completely unprompted, which is also my cue to remind the audience. Do not talk to this guy. It is legitimately dangerous, and because of his little habits, you may end up actually getting contacted by the police. Also, Jackson, if you've been watching this far, congratulations. If that hasn't happened to you yet, it will. Honestly, at this point, I'd be surprised if it hasn't. However, there was a little bit of a hang-up with getting Chelsea away from Ryan. She was too afraid. At the time, I could understand it. She didn't live near Ryan like Jackson did, but Ryan did know where she lived. He had her phone number, and he recorded her day after day, having legit folders of recordings of her.
Oh.
Ryan says that he has permission.
Oh my god.
And Chelsea told us that he didn't have permission. They're both liars. I really don't give a fuck. I don't believe anyone, and I don't care. So he came up with a plan with Chelsea. She would give over the credentials of her Discord account to Grace. Chelsea agreed to this. Like, she legitimately agreed to this.
Oh.
The people we are dealing with are not very bright. Luckily, we weren't hackers, and we had good
Hacker
intentions.
man.
And luckily, we had the patience of saints because we needed to do this twice. The first night we tried, Chelsea got cold feet apparently, and logged back into her own account and almost spoiled everything. I immediately blocked her. At that point, I was just done. But I guess me blocking her spooked her, so much that she was willing to give it another go.
God damn it.
Everyone deserves a second chance, right? We made two things abundantly clear to Chelsea at that moment. If she pulls that stunt again, we're done. And if she ever talks to Ryan Królewski again on her own accord, we are also done. You're getting blocked again, goodbye. The night of November 13th, 2025 into the 14th, Grace was able to get into Chelsea's account again, trying to help her break it off. Once again, because Chelsea was just too gosh darn scared. And despite being so gosh darn scared, Chelsea goes behind our back and pulls a completely different stunt.
That's what they look like. No comment. Remember, that is not me. That's Grace pretending to be me. After this is done, you and I are going to have a seriously long talk. I'm not happy with you or the situation. I feel sick, like I'm gonna throw up. Now I'm more scared than ever. Ryan, please, I would never hurt you. Okay, bro. I would never hurt you either, Chelsea. Okay, showtime. Okay, bro.
Here's what Chelsea...
That's what he says right before sending CSAM.
She did that night. She gave Grace access to her Discord account, and immediately starts texting Ryan, saying that Grace hacked the account. Now, I'm not elite white hacker here, but I'm a little confused, Chelsea. You see, if someone hacks into your accounts, don't you usually not know who did it? Like, I mean, it's a Discord thing where someone poses as your friend to trick you because they already hacked into that friend's account. That happened earlier to Wes this year. But, like, the person in Wes's account was not Wes. That's just someone else having already hacked their account, just moving to the next in line. Chelsea and Ryan decide to try and play the investigation team for fools. But now, you're about to see what fourth dimensional thinking actually is.
Oh.
Ryan is directly asked who he's communicating with online, and he brings up, quote-unquote, a man that is in love with him. This is used as an in. Now, admittedly, you could argue that it's a bit scummy to do something like this, ignoring the fact that Ryan is a nonce and a groomer and an abusive fish and no one should feel sorry for him ever. But here's the fun fact of the matter. Ryan knew that it was...
Now just ask Noah. Noah immediately said Dickers hacked him. That's so fucking funny.
Legit Grace the entire time. And in spite of all of this, in order to prove that Ryan wasn't cheating on Chelsea to Grace, he gives out the credentials to his own Discord account, which, you know, we got to take a little peek in and had a bit of extraction fun. And, like, here's my favorite part of hindsight. This was definitely at the edge of what we were willing to do ethically. And I'd understand if people considered that immoral or beyond the pale or whatever. But here's the thing. If Ryan knew that this was Grace the entire time, there is no ethical dilemma at all. This means there's no argument of impersonation, threats, or false pretense. These two legitimately played themselves and got rid of any argument they might have. Of course,
that's actually hilarious. So you get like the inside knowledge, right? That you're not actually speaking to your partner, right? Or you haven't been, and these people are inside your accounts, right? You have the 4D chess move, right, of using that to your advantage, and what you do instead is you give access to your own account. That is so funny.
At the time, we didn't know what Ryan knew, but we did know one little thing. Remember Red? So, in the interim, we got in contact with them, and they told us a pretty shocking and strange story of things that Ryan did to them while they were underage.
What?
Even in the modern day, they do seem to be largely affected by it. However, I don't need to tell you the story myself, because Ryan tells that story in this interaction. Okay,
Oh.
so the next part of the story is about to get quite crazy, like more than we've dealt with so far, so bear with
Okay.
me.
How?
Ryan knows that Grace is in Chelsea's account. Despite this, he goes on telling this story here.
Let's see. I remember him lying about his age to me and acting strange around me. He tried to have me do weird roleplays with me when he was 15. One time he wanted me to play his mother. I pretended for a little bit, but I found it gross. I never enjoyed it. I told him to stop. It felt gross to do. Bro! Get this guy locked up. Oh my god.
So the obvious question, how do we know he wasn't just making shit up? Because the comments that he makes here were deleted by that night's archive.
Oh.
I have the screenshots that you're seeing because Grace was screen sharing what she was doing. And because I think fourth dimensionally, Ryan, I was taking some screenshots of my own while the story was going and tucking them away in a safe place just in case. So here's the first comment in this story. And I gotta say, if Ryan is playing something against us, this is a bizarre move. Oh yeah,
That's incredible.
I'm gonna mess with these people. I'm gonna make them think that I'm the worst kind of degenerate of all time. It's the perfect prank. I guess to Ryan's credit, it did work and it stopped us being suspicious that Chelsea went behind our back. Because why would he tell this to Grace? Also, there's this statement here that we gotta address immediately.
Let's see. I remember him lying about his age. Interesting.
I remember him lying about his age to me and acting strange around me. Ryan, I thought you said that one lie equals 1,000 lies. That one lie there is worth 10,000. Because I know it's a lie and I can prove that it's a lie. Whenever Red is brought up to Ryan, he will always state that Red lied about his age. This is not true. Ryan used to be a bit of an artist, you see. I mean, he was on DeviantArt, and what was he supposed to do there other than moderating a Loud House foot fetish group? Or favorite fetish art at the CMC. One year, he drew Red a little bit of a birthday present. As a giant, with belly button.
What the fuck is this? Obviously can't show you a fetish part of the image itself. Oh, okay. I was like, this is the artwork? Oh my god.
Button showing. And you might ask, what?
Oh wait, this is the artwork. What the fuck is this?
What's wrong with that? Well, look at the candles on the cake in the drawing.
Oh.
What number is that?
Dude, I hate myself for this. I hate myself for this, but what, like, the numbers on the cake and stuff like that, counting this shit, it just reminds me of a fucking twisted Five Nights at Freddy's theory. I hate myself. I hate myself.
That number is 17. And if you failed preschool math, like apparently Ryan has, that number is smaller than 18. Ryan drew a fetish piece for somebody who just turned 17.
Jesus.
And then there's this little bit here, where Ryan admits to Grace, I guess, about a roleplay with Wes. And I love the defense here, because it makes me want to die. According to Ryan, it wasn't sexual, it was just about giantesses. Which, you know, for Ryan is sexual. Does this man know how fetishism works?
Right.
He even starts talking about blue, too. And it just goes on and on and on.
Sorry. My mind first half of 2019 was in a mentally dangerous place. Blue was different. 2021, my mom didn't accept me as Rebecca, COVID was at its peak, and it made me think that the world was ending. At the age of 17, she suggested me moving in with her on Christmas Day. She turned 18 in September. When she became 18, I became more sexually active towards a high school student. What? But the thing is, she was 18. Okay. Most people legit don't care if she was old enough, though. The fact that she was in high school is why people hate me, but what I don't get is that she has no problem with me for years, then out of nowhere she starts this whole mess. Oh, and by the way, no one was, that was underage, ever sent me pictures of them naked. I never sent them porn as minors either. As minors? I.e., when they were underage, I never sent them anything inappropriate. A lot of my memory from late 2018 to early 2019 is a bit of a blur. Okay.
On. Because this is all quite the mindfuck, let me be crystal clear on the order of events here.
Okay.
We heard that Ryan may have groomed Red in the logs with Jetto Bread. We went to talk with Red. And what Ryan tells us here is literally the story that Red told us. For those who are just listening to the video and not actually watching it, I'd highly recommend tabbing in.
Yeah, guys, look at the screen. Yeah, I know what you guys are doing. Stop drawing, anyway. No much. But this, that's what the fuck? But that's what I can state. Hopefully this is enough. I remember one time I had Red at the age of 15 take a picture of himself wearing a half shirt showing his belly. What the fuck? Because I wanted to draw him as a giant for fun. Brother. So you wanted to draw a 15-year-old in your fetish. Nice. Okay. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. And he sent a picture of himself so that I can draw him as a giant. Another one time was of him having his mouth open to showcase what a giant eater would look like based on some Disney movie. Oh no. Bro. I want to kill myself. I only ever remember wanting him to do that so I could draw better. Fucking Christ.
And read what Ryan has to say about what he did with Red. This is the exact story that Red told us that Ryan did to them. You know how the old saying is he said
Jesus
versus
Christ.
she said? They're both saying the same thing in this case. At the time, we didn't make this story public, and we definitely didn't tell Ryan that we knew this. He just basically randomly gave a story that matched the accusation perfectly of his own accord.
What
And
an
once
idiot.
Again, he knew it was Grace. And there's something else here. Ryan claims to this day that everything he did with Red is okay because the guy, quote-unquote, forgave him. And Ryan proves this, quote-unquote, by plastering a screenshot that doesn't mention grooming at all. It literally does not showcase what he thinks it says. I can't show it because it would break anonymity, but, Ryan, this is for you. It doesn't prove what you think it proves. Even to this day, I'm still trying to wrap my head around this night. With what we knew at the time, it made sense. You know, Chelsea wanted to break it off with Ryan, and Ryan gets confronted, and to keep Chelsea, he drops all sorts of crazy shit. However, what actually happens is Chelsea says, yeah, here, you can get into my account to break with Ryan. Someone she has been shit-talking, mind you, and saying that she outwardly hates. But no, she goes behind our backs and tells Ryan this. And as a result, Ryan gives us access to his Discord
My
account.
God. Fuck. Thank you very much, Blue, for the $2 US. A tip for your suffering, Queen. Thank you. I appreciate it. Cries.
And admits to so fucking much. And it's true, Ryan may have deleted things in his Discord account, kicked away friends, all that kind of stuff. He didn't do it thoroughly enough, because we still got to see his messages with Brandon the Brony Pony, which were not fun. Man was not meant to see some things. Maybe I don't think fourth dimensionally enough. Ryan or whoever you're getting to watch this, if you did get this far, I have to know, what was the game plan here, my dude? Was this literally all in service to making us think you broke up with Chelsea, like everything else be damned?
Right.
Credit where it's due, it worked. Speaking of which, let's take a little closer look at some of those Chelsea messages, considering apparently she was watching the entire time. Yeah, Chelsea. That's also my reaction when Cubby admits to grooming a 16-year-old. What the fuck, Chelsea? No, seriously, stop posting random cartoon shit on Twitter and explain.
Oh my God, they're still active? That's crazy.
Explain. What do you find so entertaining about this? As far as we knew it at the time, Chelsea had broken off with Ryan. She even made a nice little tweet about it, you know, which in hindsight is lying to her audience, because in reality, she never broke it off with Ryan and was in communication with him the entire time. There were signs early on. Chelsea still appeared in the credits of Ryan's videos, but Ryan was actually willing to lie on Chelsea's behalf to obscure the truth. He told Mac that he was still in denial that the breakup had even happened, which is believable considering it's Ryan we're talking about. However, at a point, Ryan tells Mac that the breakup never actually happened.
She keeps ignoring people calling her out. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Jesus.
It was Grace hacking Chelsea's account, saying that someone, just anyone, hacked into Chelsea's account to make him think that the two of them had broken up. Alright, that's an excuse that someone of Ryan's mental fortitude could believe.
Right.
It wouldn't be strange, and I could believe Ryan believing that. Saying Grace did it? Now, that's a damn lucky guess, isn't it? It's not exactly what happened. As I stated, there was no hacking involved, but it does sound like an interpretation that someone like Ryan could reasonably have. So the immediate, obvious question is, was it really just a guess? I personally kept Chelsea at arm's length after this revelation. However, we didn't go forward with anything because we didn't have any actual evidence. And all we had is Ryan speaking nonsense. Because with all said and done, it legitimately could have been a very...
Fuck. Listen, Grace never hacked Chelsea. No one ever hacked Chelsea. I made it all up. It was Chelsea that said those things. I just said that prior because I just wished it was true. Chelsea and I aren't together and haven't spoken to each other since last year. And sometimes I put Chelsea's OC in my videos because I miss her. Bro, that's fucking weird. As well as me never removing her credit name. Chelsea and I aren't together and haven't for a long time. Sure, buddy, sure.
Damn lucky guess. Other members of the team did what they felt was best. Maddie, unfortunately, got the most screwed out of all of this. You know, Chelsea going back on her word and e-begging him. A lot. But who knows, maybe this was intentional because it did keep us in the dark further. You see, Maddie told plenty to Chelsea about what they knew about Ryan. Things that, you know, the public shouldn't know about what's going on in Ryan's life. Like videos that he made that we got from Max, stuff like that. And to Chelsea's credit, she never told any of this to Ryan. And I don't mean that in a moral sense. I mean, to her credit as a liar and a deceiver. Because she's a double dealer, and she was never truly on Ryan's side. She was on everybody's side. You see, here's
it's
what
so
Chelsea
weird. It's genuinely so weird. You want to stay with this guy, and yet you're shit-talking him behind his back. You know that he's a pedophile, but also still want to be with him. You give access to your account, but then you also go ahead and tell that the person that you are giving them the person that they are accessing your account to look at, you warn him that these people have access to your account now, and then for some reason the guy who's done the pedophilic action somehow gives access to these people who are investigating him his account, so then they have access to more information. But then you're also begging him for money. These people are the most insane I think I've ever learnt about online. Genuinely, this is insane. What the hell?
was actually doing the whole time. Chelsea lied to me and the
My head
investigation team and
hurts.
said that she had cut off all contact with Ryan. Meanwhile, at the same time, Chelsea was also lying to Ryan, making sure that she said nothing that would get him to suspect that she was talking with us. It was the perfect plan. Chelsea could ask Maddie for all those Funko Pops, and at the same time, she could ask Ryan for a cow and chicken video. She could get all the material possessions that she ever wanted. It was a plan that was working for a while, until she screwed up. Recently, Chelsea...
A cow and what? Sorry. What?
Talking with us. It was the perfect plan. Chelsea could ask Maddie for all those Funko Pops.
What the hell?
And at the same time, she could ask Ryan for a cow and chicken video. She could get all the material
What
possessions.
the hell? That was her end goal? She just wanted a DVD? Oh my god. Oh, Funko Pop? Bro.
That she ever wanted. It was a plan that was working for a while, until she screwed up. Recently, Chelsea's arm started hurting, and she became paranoid that she was going to have a heart attack. She wasn't very public about this, but Chelsea did tell Maddie about this, repeatedly, as if he was a doctor or a physician. And Chelsea also told this to Ryan, who proceeded to tell Mac, who proceeded to tell us.
Well, I guess, if anything, did she say anything about what's making her feel depressed?
Oh, yes, her arm. Like, maybe, like, when she's in pain, she cannot enjoy anything. See, Chelsea has two fears. Has a fear of heart attacks and a fear of, surgery.
Arm attacks.
And that's why she has been entirely telling me, please tell me Ryan, I don't need surgery.
Oops. It was all so damn specific. Same issue, same thoughts. Chelsea was dead to rights. Almost. The final nail in the coffin was Ryan sending Chelsea's texts during the night of the quote-unquote hack. To make sure we had all of our ducks in a row and there was absolutely no doubt whatsoever, we tried playing devil's advocate on Chelsea's behalf. Because at that point in time, we did assume that Chelsea was relatively honest. And we absolutely knew that Ryan was not an honest character. And when Ryan says stuff like this on call,
It's nice. It has Wi-Fi now, so I'm able to talk to Chelsea at night. Although this time we didn't talk because she kept complaining about her arm.
it doesn't mean much. He lies as he breathes.
Speaking of which, I once had an R's name.
It's so fascinating how someone can have such a niche following, then have everything blow up in their face off of one decision or many terrible decisions that just catch up to them. Yeah, exactly. A lot of the stuff, like, it's either stuff that's really buried behind the scenes and people covering for them, or it's stuff that's so fucking blatant but no one called out for whatever reason. It's incredibly interesting.
Necropan. All she did was drew a couple pieces of art for me. You're right. And Unfortunately, I hate to state this, but Neko was one of my mods.
And one strange part about the texts is the evidence that Ryan needed to see that this was really Chelsea. She mentions a necklace, which she tweeted about, and that her mother has a fart fetish, which, because Ryan, the entire internet knows, and Ryan should know that the entire internet knows. So we weren't going to move forward with anything until we were beyond certainty, and make sure there was legitimately no other possible answers here. We toyed with alternate theories. Could this be someone doing an op on Ryan? No, Chelsea was not public about her arm pain. It would have to be someone close to her, specifically turning on her for reasons that I can't really comprehend. We looked through every angle here. Could it be Photoshop? Could Ryan have gotten another cell phone and be sending messages to himself?
Hi, Yen, I hope you're enjoying the video. I'm dying. I'm dying slowly inside, but we're almost done.
To pull up a lie. In the end, however, there was literally no explanation that could truly exonerate Chelsea, because of the texts of the night of November 13th. They were as they were happening. The team and I were tight-lipped about this. Only the investigation team and Chelsea knew what was going on. Not even Mac knew what was going on at the time. And here's the real deal. The investigation team did not have Ryan's cell phone number. At the time, at least. Wes was on his phone that night, but he wasn't using it for that. He was on standby, because one thing that we knew Ryan was going to do.
I wanted to kill myself during that time period.
You see, this is a common pattern with Ryan. If Chelsea breaks up with him, he's gonna crash into a tree. If he ever makes a top 10 worst Stargiant Productions video, he's gonna jump in a lake. You know.
Oh no. Anyways.
A script that he eventually actually did make. He threatens his own end quite a lot. And if I didn't know any better, I'd have to say that he does it a little bit too much. Like, I don't know. Like he's doing it for social brownie points. Or manipulation. The word of the day is projection. Also, this is a trick that his girlfriend seemed to have learned too.
I'm gonna talk to her about it. She's claiming fine. So we're just gonna take this. She claimed in my DMs that she's gonna stab herself. So we're gonna do this delicately and professionally.
No one ever told Chelsea about the investigation team calling the police, if you're wondering. Obviously. Even the people who did talk with her understand the importance of privileged information. However, for some reason, Chelsea told us on the 14th of January, 2026, that a detective came to Ryan's house.
Lol?
In spite of everything else, I have no doubt that this actually happened. I mean, for starters, it freaked Ryan the fuck out, I can say that. And he has been entirely consistent about his experience. So, he released a document talking about what he was accused of, and it'd be one thing if he just said a detective came to his house, but no, the allegation that made the detective visit him is what he points to. And I know for a fact, a call to the authorities were made about Ryan because of the Jeddah-bred DMs. After this revelation, we obviously had quite a few questions for Chelsea, and for once, we really wanted some goddamn honesty. Grace, Maddie, myself, Mac, and Phineas had a call with Chelsea that lasted roughly 2 hours, and now it's public on the archive channel. Now let's preempt something here. Throughout the call, Grace does repeatedly say that the call will never see the light of day. Here is standard protocol with what happens in commentary. Everyone records just about every conversation they have. If you're speaking to anyone in commentary for like any reason, assume you are being recorded. In this call, no assumption was even
Unless you're me.
Chelsea was told up front that Maddie and Mac were recording.
Are you alright?
Yeah, trying to be.
Okay. Chelsea, I'm gonna let you know right now that we are recording this.
Yeah.
Now, generally, calls like this don't go public unless they need to. You know, provided everyone can keep things battened down. However, there is one simple thing that you can do to get a call like this public, and that's to lie about the contents of said call. After said call, Chelsea had a sad post saying that she was considering leaving Twitter. Grace links to Maddie's video, and she makes a tweet that has since been deleted. I wonder why. She also sends this to a friend. She claimed that she just wasn't clear, that she kept getting interrupted, which I just don't find honest.
Okay, so I want you to now go back to your email for a second, please.
Which email?
Your main one, and press the C, and we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch back to your main account, Cartoon Gal. Yep, thank you. And then go to Sent. So tap the 3 lines.
Okay.
Why do you guys think I'm just dumb?
We don't think you're dumb. I get confused sometimes too.
When I'm trying to explain things, I try to walk things through as clear as possible.
Maybe I made mistakes before, but I'm trying to fix them.
Understandable.
This is stalling. Interesting. This is clearly stalling.
Oopsie.
Wait, scroll up.
No, scroll up.
Scroll up. Top.
Grace talked to Chelsea as if she was an...
Hold on.
No, scroll up. Scroll up. Top.
Grace talked to Chelsea as if she
Okay.
was an easily startled kitten, and throughout it all, Chelsea kept lying and lying and lying.
I know I've deleted his number a long time ago, so I haven't.
How old is this person? They sound like a fucking... They're doing the stupid baby voice, man. I hate that shit.
Been texting him at all.
Are you still talking to Ryan Pruleski?
No, I'm not. Honestly, I'm not.
In the call we had with Chelsea, something felt off to me. Around the 25 to 30 minute mark, Chelsea was discussing the cow and chicken Blu-ray gift she wanted from Ryan, talking about her late father and how she longs for the feeling of happiness and the physicality of gifts from when he was alive.
Can you explain the cow and chicken thing, like Phineas asked before?
I can explain it if you'll let me.
I am going to let you. I am just asking if you will explain that to us.
Just, you know, things have been hard for me since my dad died.
Oh, get to the fucking point. Where?
Oh, I get it.
I don't care. I'm sorry. This person fucking sucks. They were friends with like a fucking pedophile. Sorry, they were dating a pedophile. I'm sorry if that sounds like horrific, but I really hate this shit, right? I really hate this baby stupid voice. I genuinely hate it. Also, hi Matty. Hope you're doing well.
Because he passed like last May and I can't afford the things I like anymore, and sometimes I just go last resort, and sometimes I even do things that I'm not thinking clearly because I just want things to be as good
It's
as
just stalling. It is just stalling.
they used to be.
Grace and Phineas were leading the call, and I felt like I couldn't get a word in edgewise, and so I stayed silent, but if I was able to speak, I would have said the following. Chelsea, I understand the grief you're going through. I really do. You know me. You know I lost my aunt lately, and you know she was like a mother to me because I told you about her, and so I understand wanting things to be like how they were before our loved ones passed. However, that does not excuse nor justify going behind our backs and lying to us about your continued contact with Ryan
Exactly.
Pulaski as we witnessed.
It's just guilt tripping. It's genuinely just guilt tripping at the end of the day, right? It's like textbook like shit that people would pull, right? And like it's a lot of the way that these people act, right? I've noticed is that they kind of like to try and treat like how do I explain this? Deceptive acts, right? They learn deceptive acts from movies and how it's done. That's because that's what it feels like, right? I don't mean to armchair psychology it, but that's genuinely what it feels like sometimes. The way these people sometimes act is genuinely they act like they're in a film and they think that they've like really like figured it out, like it's a movie, like it's some grandiose thing. And they pick up things like that, which make when they're trying to lie, appear so blatant. It's insane. It's so insane.
A few minutes ago, because you know how bad he is. Going back to him is not a viable solution. The reason why I say all this is because when rewatching the call and getting to that part, it genuinely made me feel like she was using her father's passing as a crutch, and I don't think I can stay silent about that.
Fair enough. I agree.
Even at the time, it felt very reminiscent of Mundane Matt's Boulder kill stream. What I'm gonna do is link the call in the description below, while posting her tweet right here, so you all can see if she was being truthful about what happened. Chelsea's grandmother interrupted her way more than we did, speaking in Bosnian, which we even went through the effort to translate. It's not in the actual uploaded call because it's all irrelevant, by the way. She asks something quite peculiar, and she asks this question a lot throughout the entire call. It's, how can I prove that I am not a bad person? Never, how can I prove that I didn't do it? Always, how can I prove that I'm not a bad person? Here's how you do that, Chelsea. You get a time machine and make better choices. As soon as the link was on screen, she rapidly tried to scroll past them, and the lies kept piling up. I didn't send a message to Ryan, those aren't my texts. Yeah, right. Chelsea's voice was featured in a recent Ryan video.
The match, the last hand, is about to be played. Can I get through this without giggling? I need a trump card. Because a trump card, that's the president.
A review on the first case of Apollo Justice. Chelsea claims that this was simply an old recording that Ryan held onto for months and months. So here's the thing about that makes it very unlikely. Ryan has this weird particular thing for anniversaries. He wanted to get married to Chelsea on the 15th of June because that's when Gravity Falls first aired. The Apollo Justice...
No. Any other person, it might have been a sweet thing, but oh my god.
This video was slated specifically for April 20th, 2026, because that's when the game case took place. If he was planning on making a video for that specific deadline, And it's not a horribly complicated video, mind you. When do you think it's the most reasonable for that process to begin? For that video, Julian, Jackson, and Chelsea just had to record some lines. That can be done in less than a week. It was approximately 6 months between the breakup and April 20th, 2026. Is it really likely that Ryan would have started production on the video at all more than half a year ago? Does this story seem even remotely plausible? Not that it matters, because in call, Phineas got Chelsea to admit that she was actually sending in the lines.
Phineas is based, dude. Phineas is fucking awesome. I'm gonna be working on something with Phineas in the near future. Phineas is very chill guy, very chill.
So the only communication that you had with Ryan was to voice lines in his videos?
This girl is almost 27. She's dumb enough to believe Santa Claus. Someone told me about that in the chat. I still can't believe it. I still can't believe it. It's insane.
Yes, and email.
And also to send requests for things on Merikari.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course, there was one question that absolutely had to be asked. Who told you about the detective, Chelsea? And she gives us this answer.
Alexa.
Who?
What's her last name?
Condi.
Then she says she hasn't talked to that person since last year.
When was the last time you talked to her?
Last time I talked to her was last year.
Which is really, really strange, considering that the detective came to Ryan's house this year in January. I guess.
Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies, doo-doo.
That's where Chelsea can find the time machine that she needs.
She used to be, she had a zigzag profile picture from The Thief and the Cobbler. Yeah, like she lives around the Pennsylvania area.
Really? Because their DeviantArt page says that they live in Germany.
Dude, you can't make this shit up, man. Oh, these people are so dumb. So dumb.
At this point, we assume that Ryan told Chelsea about the detective himself. And here's a part that I noticed while actually in the call. You know how Chelsea tends to speak, right?
And Rebecca's done some good edits for you, like Norm of the North 2.
Okay, so he is calling this out. Good.
Certifiable Super Sitter, Camp Coral.
Slow. It's been compared to ASMR. As I stated earlier, much of the call was in Bosnian. Throughout the call, Chelsea did show some emotion here and there. Like, at one point she sounds like she's starting to cry. But the second she starts speaking to her grandmother in Bosnian,
Neće to ništa bit. No. Sve će bit fajn, moj. Ne da ispravim, mi gledamo nešto. Pričamo komentari na nešto. Ne mogu sad kad si na call, ne možeš ništa pokazat. Pa pričam, bio na offu.
That emotional reservoir just seemed to dry right up. Could there be more innocent reasons for the rapid change of emotions? Sure, but here's the more important question. Do you trust this person? In spite of the frustration
I'd be very curious to hear what they actually said, because I think he said this would get translated.
we all had, we gave Chelsea every chance to speak. I even opened the door at the end. I told her point blank, if there's anything that you want to say it. And towards the end, I made sure to let her know the status quo, because she was lying to Ryan too, not just us. So I made it stated so she would actually know what the fuck was going on. Me and the team, we were all about business trying to find answers. Ryan isn't that. And one way or
Oh, that's what she was saying? She was saying, shut up, Grandma? What a horrid person. How dare they? From my understanding, their grandma hasn't done anything to them. What a horrid person. How fucking dare you? How dare you? That's fucking weird, man. That's disgusting. I could never imagine talking to my grandmother like that. That is just... And you're 26. Oh my god, man. Poor grandma.
another, Ryan would figure all of this out. And when he did, it wouldn't be very good for Chelsea. You know, unless Mr. I Hate Liars was lying about all of that. Unless he wants to marry a weasel because the raging nymphomaniac can't help but hump the leg of everyone who remotely gives him the time of day.
Damn.
Ryan did eventually watch Maddie's video. It blew Mac's cover, but we all made the call that that was okay. It was worth it to not have to play nice around Chelsea anymore. Now, after this...
I'm not gonna lie, right? I wish I could be a fly on the wall when Star Giant saw that he was getting gay out. He would have proper anime style crashed out, right? Bald fist, being like, God damn it! How did they get away with this? No, my plan was perfect. Dude, so... I'd have loved it. I would have loved it.
Call, Chelsea panics in a bizarre attempt to prove her own innocence. I say bizarre because Okay, Grace makes it absolutely clear that she is to be the only point of contact that Chelsea has with the investigation team. Chelsea was told to only talk to Grace. No one else wanted to deal with her. Chelsea, for no reason, sends an apology to Coda, someone she has barely talked to beforehand. She makes the sad post on Twitter, once again, basically lying to her audience, lie by omission. And Grace informs everyone of what she actually did. And then, in an attempt to prove her own innocence, Chelsea doxes Ryan's cell phone
What the
number.
fuck?
Like, she puts an image up on Twitter showing that she blocked his number, which, number one, violated the terms of service of the platform, but two, it showed us that yes, she was texting him to begin with. Then she does something else completely baffling. She starts texting to Ryan, accusing him of impersonating her, which Ryan shares the DMs to Mac because it took him 2 days after Maddie's video to figure things out. Ryan is confused as all hell about all of this because no shit. Then, in the most stunning move possible, Chelsea has the ex-partner shoot a message to Grace. What is the context of this message? It shows that Chelsea had AI-generated fetish art of cartoon minors. Why was this?
Can these guys just, like, can one of them, like, not do stuff to kids? Can they please? Please, I beg. I also pointed out to her that she's been AI generating fetish art of minors because people asked her to, so she did delete it to show she doesn't want to be seen as another Ryan. These are also spoiled, but also so you don't have to, so what the hell? But only so you don't have to be made uncomfortable by these massive eyesores every single time you want to continue a conversation with me. God fucking damn it. What Chelsea says to her grandma is all irrelevant, but from what I know, she lied to her saying she was recording a movie commentary with her friends. Yeah, I did catch the word commentary. Okay. I mean, okay, that'll be the one thing I give, right? Grandma does not need to know anything about this. Yeah, and when you say that, it means the next one will be about animals. Damn it. I don't want a monkey's paw my live stream, okay? Damn it.
Image shared because it was apparently to show that Chelsea deleted the message. Which, number one, yes, Grace was all like, why the fuck would you show me that?
Right.
And two, something about me doubts that she's really changed her opinion on this kind of filth.
The last thing Chelsea and I did in a chat was we watched the Kids Next Door episode with Grandma Stubbins because she wanted to see the kids get fat. That was the last.
What the fuck?
Chelsea directly told me that's what she wanted to see, and I was like, okay. Like, I love Kids Next Door, but I'm not sure if that's the best episode. And she kind of worded it.
Well, I'm not sure that's the best episode. You're not going to question the fact that, like, she was portraying her fat fetish on the children. Nice one. Got it. Nothing changes. We're all in a hellhole. We're in the worst possible universe. We're all perishing.
A little weird to me.
And you know what? After all of this chaos, I would not be surprised if she came back to Ryan. Gotta get those Funko Pops somehow, huh? And she can't get them from Maddie anymore, so what's her only other option? Mr. Stupid.
If I actually don't really want to give her a medical advice because there's a thing called malpractice, even in advice, and I could get arrested for that.
Now, if my anger seems over the top or ridiculous or cartoonish, I want to showcase why I am so angry with Chelsea in particular. I'm angry with the other two too, obviously, but with Chelsea in particular. Being upfront, I never really knew any of these people, at least not as much as some other members of the team. How Dashi knew Yoda Jax or how Maddie and Coda knew Jenny. During this endeavor, we got Chelsea's DMs with Ryan. And I'm going to show you how Ryan treats Chelsea. Last year, Chelsea's father died. The one family member of hers that didn't seem to be abusive to her. And Ryan was there for her, telling her things like, if her father was around today, he would say, you should 100% be with Ryan. The cross necklace that—
What the fuck? Sorry.
Around today, he would say,
Yes, but I know what he would say to you right now. What? It'd be this. Chelsea, I'm sorry that you're no longer can be with me, but don't worry, there will be a day that I'm going to see you again. Culver's was always fun, but there's an even better version up here. Did you know that in heaven there's no limit to how much we can eat? I can have a 5-decker here. What the hell? I know that you have your mom to deal with still, but let's just say that when she kicks the bucket, I don't know if she'll be up here, and if she does, I'll keep my distance. Grandma is there right now to take care of you. But even though I couldn't tell you this in person one last time, I wanted to tell you this. You were the best thing to ever come out of my life. There's going to be some hardships for you, like money, for example. But you'll figure it out in time. You're a smart girl. I didn't always understand that cartoon stuff of yours, but if it makes you happy, then that's what matters. I don't want you ending your life for me. Whether it means actually going through it or being depressed, I don't want you ending it. Now, Ryan kid, go to him. You should be with him. I 100% support you marrying him. I'll watch over you wherever you are, and thank you for keeping that necklace. It means everything to me, Chelsea. This is actually psychotic. This is actually psychopath behavior. He is a psychopathic pedophile, okay? Pedophile Productions, everyone. Pedophile Productions. Fucking hell. This is actually horrific. Like, that's the only tiny bit of sympathy or empathy I could feel towards this person, because that is just a horrific thing to say. But also, if you just choose to be with someone like this after they send you a message about your dead dad like this, that's on you. That is on you.
You should 100% be with Ryan, the cross necklace that Chelsea wears. Ryan tells Chelsea that the necklace is good luck. And that doesn't sound so bad, but Ryan does it in the most Ryan way of doing it. Ryan tells Chelsea that her father would have died sooner if he wasn't wearing the necklace.
What the fuck?
A person that Ryan, by the way, knows has OCD. The one who was having intrusive thoughts of dying by a heart attack, because that's the way she believed her father died.
Oh,
Ryan sent her an image of his avatar, full frontal, having sex with the 14-year-old Homura Akemi from Madoka Magica. And if you use the 1,000-year-old dragon argument because of some time loop bullshit, goodbye, I'm banning you. Throughout the DMs, he is constantly trying to egg her on to make revenge porn of everyone that he hated.
What the fuck? What?
Throughout the DMs, he is constantly trying...
What the fuck is... Dude. Stuff people that hate me protest against me. Then you, as your giantess self-crush and squish, kill them all with your right boot with you, then freeing me and being happy, waving to me from your full height. You're creating a Yonkoma?
to egg her on to make revenge porn of everyone that he hated. Then there's this part of the call that Mac had with Ryan.
Did you know it's Chelsea? Did you know Chelsea's grandma is the one that sent her to the hospital?
What?
No, I didn't.
Here's what happened. Chelsea and I went on a phone call one time, just wanted to talk for ourselves, having fun. But then the grandma kept interrupting, and so Chelsea ran away from her, and then she tripped down the steps trying to avoid her, and then she broke her leg.
Okay, so that's not her fault.
And by broke her leg, I mean a bone came out.
Okay, then.
Like, you know that one Family Guy episode, Fresh Air, when Carter tripped and we saw, like, his bone out?
Yeah.
Just like that, exactly.
So, the DMs between Chelsea and Ryan actually go over this event a bit. And here's how Ryan reacted in the moment. He kept trying to get her to leave the hospital early.
What
and this
the
treatment
hell?
goes on and on and on and on for years.
Jesus
And fun fact,
Christ.
Chelsea, he even admitted to having a backup gal. One he's already exchanged.
What?
And fun fact, Chelsea, he even admitted to having a backup.
This is the first time ever sharing a video on mobile. I hate that Anna did that. Honestly, Anna, that was my backup in case things went south with you, but they can't ever be as good as you. Dude, this guy is disgusting.
Backup gal. One he's already exchanged nudes with.
Ah.
I hope you have a very appropriate future with the man, Chelsea. Ryan is a parasite. He feeds off both the goodwill and the weaknesses of others. And I just gotta say, I hope it was worth it. Chelsea, you lied to everyone who even remotely cared about you. You lied to me, you lied to Grace, Maddie, Coda, you even lied to your audience. You lied to your fiance, if that matters. You know, the one who has perverted thoughts involving minors. The one who put so many minors in danger. Literally, the only thing we asked you to do was to not talk to him.
Right.
You couldn't resist the temptation because you really fucking wanted Cow and Chicken on DVD. I hope it was fucking worth it. Then again, you are the person who munches on popcorn while watching people admit to grooming. Maybe you like all that shit. What else should I assume? All of you people can rot together in hell. Enjoy your chaotic, crazy, demented, perverted lives. And that goes for anyone else caught in this three-ring circus of depravity. Anahavian, Sage Froppy, Gumball fan, whatever. There is no anonymity for the people in Ryan's life. You
Oh
want
my
to avoid
god.
finding yourself on this chopping block? Drop the albatross around your neck and fuck off from the pervert degenerate. Because at this point, engaging with him says so much more about your character than it does about his. At this point, what else is there even to say?
Speaking of 9/11 stories, Chelsea's mom told her that Santa Claus was the one that caused it. That made her cry.
What a great finale. What a fucking great finale. But knowing my luck, okay, there will be another video several months down the line from Mr. Enter, knowing how these things go. But oh my god, what a horrific sea of characters that I've learnt about and remembered. God, I wish I could forget half of these people. I wish I could forget Mystic Mongrel. I wish I could forget all these people. But no, I am cursed. You are cursed. We are all cursed with the knowledge that these people are still around and not behind bars. Holy shit. I genuinely hope one day, right, that we learn that Star Giant was put behind bars. I genuinely do. This person is disgusting. They are a danger to children. They are a danger to those around them. They are a danger to anyone, right? Actively putting, like, no matter how you feel about Chelsea, actively putting them in danger by telling them to go back to from the hospital early after a severe leg injury. It's insane. It's genuinely insane. But guys, I do want to thank all of you guys for watching this stream. Like I said, I've got my move, okay? I've got my move soon. Hopefully that goes well. Hopefully the internet works correctly. Annoyingly, for some reason, my broadband provider, for some reason, mailed me the broadband box to the address today. To the address that I don't have the key for, even though I stated the move-in date. So that's going to be interesting to deal with. And hopefully I can get that back. But guys, I want to thank you all who have donated and supported the channel, all of you who have liked, subscribed, and overall just been here. Huge shout out to Mr. Enter, Phineas, Matty, and everyone else who worked on that video. Very good stuff, very good stuff. Ace, you're not live yet. Where are you? Go live and I'll raid into you, okay? Fucking hell. This guy's evil, okay? This guy's evil. Ace, go live, okay? If you don't go live within the next 5 milliseconds, then I'm raiding into K-Hug, okay? I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and he's not live. Okay, guys, go enjoy K-Hug. Bye-bye. Bye.